is brought to you by Appalachian Orthopedics, Action Rentals, Center Street Wealth Management, East 10 Rentals, ETSU, Hamlet Thompson Funeral Homes, Holston Medical Group, Italian Village, Jeff's Pipe and Muffler, Citizens Bank, Wallace Volkswagen of Bristol, Jenkins Insurance, Max Medicine Mart, Music Doctors, Nards Automotive, Select 7 Credit Union, Spivey Key and Spivey, the Regional Eye Center, Valley View Animal Clinic, Wallace Nissan, and by McGriff Insurance. Now your host for Dobbins Bennett Football on ESPN Tri-Cities, sideline reporter Michael Holtz, and in the booth, Todd Freeman and Steve Wilman.
And a very pleasant good Friday evening, Indian fans. Welcome. High atop J. Fred Johnson Stadium. We're in the sunshine here in the press box. In tonight's Region 1 6A homecoming contest against the William Blount Governors. Dobbins Bennett coming in at 3-0 in region play. That's wrong. There's one thing I knew I would find that immediately in my chart. Anyway, 3-0 in region play, 6-1 overall. Meanwhile, William Blount 0-3, 0-7 overall for this homecoming contest. Dobbins Bennett off last week. William Blount off last week. So what has changed for these two teams in the last 2 weeks? Dobbins Bennett focusing a lot on itself. Likewise for William Blount. We don't have a whole lot of information on the Governors. We'll talk about that as we proceed here in the Coach Joey Christian pregame reports. We'll have as much information as we can provide you about the Governors. We'll have a lot of information about the Indians, some special recognition in the pregame as well. And, of course, we'll have a conversation with your head coach, Joey Christian. We'll do all that in 2 minutes. This is Dobbins Bennett Indian Football and the head coach Joey Christian pregame report on ESPN Tri-Cities.
The doctors at Appalachian Orthopedics know that unexpected injuries happen, and they are committed to keeping athletes and fans in the game. From Monday to Saturday, patients with acute orthopedic injuries can simply walk into their orthopedic urgent care or same-day treatment. No appointment necessary. See Appalachian Orthopedics' dedicated team at the Bristol Midway and Johnson City locations for specialized care you can trust. Learn more at AppalachianOrthopedics.com.
Center Street Wealth Management Group has been built around a deep respect for planning. Our commitment is to help you and that map a realistic course to your future. Call Senior Financial Advisor Jeff Bedford, Tim Colvin, Greg Taylor, or Natalie Wells at 423-765-1000. We proudly support the Dobbins Bennett football team. Roll Tribe.
Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC member SIPC. Center Street Wealth Management Group is a separate entity of Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network.
East Tennessee State University provides personalized, innovative, and hands-on learning opportunities. At ETSU, your education is more than just textbooks and lectures. The world is your classroom thanks to experiential learning opportunities filled with real-world value. Students and alumni have earned prestigious internships and jobs at Disney, Google, Hollywood blockbuster companies, helping you go from enrolled to employed. That's the ETSU Edge. Join us at etsu.edu/edge.
Life can be a lot sometimes, but at Holston Medical, our primary providers are here through it all, whether it be a routine checkup or something unexpected. Because here for you through every stage of life with the best primary care and support, whether it's you or the people you love most. Choose HMG, your health partner for life. Now accepting new patients. Call 877-464-1213.
Now back to Ingalls High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
All right, welcome back here to J. Fred Johnson Stadium. Dobbins Bennett and William Blount set for this Region 1 6A homecoming contest here tonight in Kingsport. Steve Wilmoth in the booth. Joined to my right, your left, Mr. Todd Freeman. Todd will be without our sideline reporter tonight, Michael Holt, at home under the weather. I know he's going to be listening in, and he felt bad he couldn't be here tonight. And I was like, dude, man, we're a team. We pick each other up. You know, when you can't go, you can't go.
You can't go, you can't go, and we are a team, and we do miss Michael. He's going to owe me after tonight with some of the double duties I'm going to have to pull. But no, you get better. Hopefully, this homecoming game, it'll be good that this is the game that you're going to miss, because not that the football team's looking past it, but after this one, we got two big rivalries, so we'll definitely need him healthy and back on the sideline.
Indians having off last week, winning 2 weeks ago, 34-10 at Jefferson County. William Blount 2 weeks ago was right down the street at Westridge High School, losing to the Wolves 42-14. And so they are 0-7 on the season. We'll talk more about them, but just for Dobbins Bennett, Todd, I thought the off week came at a really good time. Got some injuries. Didn't necessarily get some of those kids back that are injured, but did get them more healthy. Chance to kind of get away for a few days and then come back. And there's some things in the last two games, the Greenville game, the Jeff County game, that the coaches saw that they need to get corrected, and especially with what's basically almost a brand new offensive line. So Coach Christian mentioned, and you'll hear it in a few minutes, talked about it was really back to base camp almost for them on the offensive front. So a good time to readjust, refocus. And, you look at the records, and this might be a game that you would be easy to overlook the Governors. But having been away for a week, I think this team is going to come in anxious to play and focused to play, and I think the week off will really help in that regard.
Yeah, I do too. And Steve, I tell you what, we played so well against Jeff County. Look at the score and everything else. But at the end of that game, I felt like you could see the fatigue setting in. We weren't crisp at the end of that second half of that game. You could see the kids coming off the field. They were tired. At any age, 7 weeks, at any level, 7 weeks in a row is a long stretch in football. And I do think it came at the right time, and I think it got them refreshed. I think it got them refocused. And I mean, you're talking about, every game's important, but this back three games of the season is as big as 3 games that you're going to play. 2 of them regions, which is really, we've got an idea what we're set up for, and we'll talk more about that, what a win means tonight. And then you play your biggest non-conference rival in the state in Oak Ridge, and then no question about going to Johnson City, what that game means. And so good break. I think they worked on some extra things too on the line. You talked about the line and some other things, and real excited about seeing how we come out of the break, because it is homecoming as well here, and there's no telling that. You've got that to kind of factor in as well when you talk about focus and stuff.
Tonight's game is the 16th meeting between the Governors and the Indians, with Dobbins Bennett holding an 11-4 advantage in a series that dates back to the original formation of the Big East Conference back in 1993. Tribe holds a 9-3 advantage here at J. Fred Johnson Stadium. William Blount got classified elsewhere in 1999, but the two reformed into Big East Conference as part of that Super 32 alignment we had for 2 years back in 2015 and 16. And then back together now by request. William Blount, don't forget, coming into the new classification a couple of years ago, William Blount requested out of Region 2 into Region 1. Region 1 really wanted Blount in to make it a 6-team league. And it was thought maybe that when the numbers came out this fall that Morristown West might have enough students that they might creep into 6A, and it might force Blount back to Region 2, but that does not appear the case, and it certainly looks like from everything I've read, talking to the coach, that William Blount is probably in Region 1 to stay for a couple more years, so we can look forward to seeing the Governors both in Maryville and back in here at J. Fred Johnson Stadium in the last couple of weeks. Dobbins Bennett won the last 4 of the last 5 meetings, including last year's 48-21 win in Maryville. Quarterbacks Jake Carson and Noah Blankenship tied a Dobbins Bennett record by combining for 5 touchdown passes in a game. And Jonathan Gillespie hauled in 2 of those scoring receptions, one from both Carson and Blankenship. William Blount's last win in the series came in 2016, 37-28. That game was here. Much has changed, Todd, for the Governors in the last 6 years in that win. They've been through a couple of coaches. Last year's coach, Philip Shadowins, resigned after 7 years. They went 1-9. He resigned on January the 10th due to health reasons, but he was hired 6 months later as the head coach at Eagleton College and Career Academy, which is a brand new Blount County school that opened in 2021 and began TSSAA competition last year. I've seen pictures of that brand new football facility. The turf is already down, so we expect Coach Shadowins, who's a state championship coach at Smyrna, by the way, to have a good career there. He was replaced by assistant Robert Reeves, and we were talking to Coach Christian about Robert Reeves, and Coach said he was in play for the volunteer job a couple cycles ago. I had not realized that, but he was an assistant at William Blount for 10 years, from 1994 to 2003, made a move, and was actually named head coach at Stone Memorial, the very first head coach at Stone Memorial in 2006, but never coached there. Instead, he rejoined Ron Phelps, who had been the interim coach. He left and went to Alcoa for a little bit, and then that coach left at Alcoa, Reed, I should say, and he went with him to East Paulding, Georgia, before returning to Carnes a year later. Then he got out of coaching, was an administrative assistant principal at Heritage, and then got back in coaching last year. Way back 20 years ago, back-to-back years, William Blount had new head coaches. He applied, didn't get it, so the third time's a charm. He gets the head job. He was 6-21. 6-24, I should say, at Carnes those 3 years, now 0-7 here.
Yeah, and so he been around, jumped around, and finally found a head coaching position here, and he's had a tough task with William Blount. I mean, we don't know, like I said, we don't know a lot about him. We'll get more into that and everything else. One thing we do know about is it is a very, very, very young football team. So, you know, I think you'll see this football team under Reeves get better in the next couple of years. But you're going to see a very young football team out on the field for William Blount. And, you know, you can see some of the pedigree that Reeves had and some of the guys that he has coached under, and you would think that he's learned a lot about football.
No question. One familiar face on the William Blount sideline is former Sullivan South Rebel Blake St. Clair, who's an assistant coach, now coaching wide receivers for William Blount. He's been there a few years, and got to talk to Blake a couple of weeks ago in Knoxville before the Florida game, so he was looking forward to coming back up here and being a part of this game, as he was at Westridge, where his mother and father has done a lot of teaching already at Westridge. So good football family there. For Dobbins Bennett, this is the 102nd year for Dobbins Bennett football. The contest with William Blount is a 1,107th game in Dobbins Bennett football history. The Tribe owns an 8-18, 260, and 28 record. The Indians now the 26th winningest high school football team in the nation. 2 wins behind number 25, Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And as we always say, just one of 42 high school football teams with 800 wins in program history. So the Indians, by the way, a couple of weeks ago, Todd, before the Greenville game, the Indians were all the way up to like number 4 in the Class 6A rankings. Lost to Greenville, and dropped to number 9 prior to the game against Jefferson County. And now all of a sudden there's been such carnage in 6A. I looked at the rankings this week, and the Tribe back up to number 3.
Back to number 3. I mean, it kind of tells you what's going on in the rankings. And of course, you know, we talked about it. The shocker at Maryville, their first regional loss in 22 years, and you know, Dobbins Bennett going along, and you know, I thought we don't get a lot into rankings. I mean, we got a playoff system, but it's good. It's fun to talk about. I thought from dropping all the way to 9, losing to the number 1 team in the state, and in Greenville in that classification in a close ball game, but you know, at the end of the day, it's all about. It's all fans. You see, we got always the coaches.
You've got assistant coaches up here in the press box tasked with observing the pregame warm-ups of the other team.
Yeah, so
that's what Coach Wagner is doing.
Coach Wagner's always.
He's getting some intel.
You realize you're on television, right? Yeah, that's okay. You're still on TV. You're in this booth, you're going to be on TV. Coach Wagner doing his job and scouting out what he could see. But no, back to the point was I don't even forgot what the point now with Coach Wagner behind us. But he always usually comes to visit with us, but we've been running late. But anyways, but the rankings, you know, Dobbins Bennett, you know, Steve, we talked about the rankings. I think what we've seen about the Dobbins Bennett is, hey, we do have a really good football team, and they deserve to be somewhere in that top 10 in the state.
No question. By the way, tonight, ESPN Tri-Cities proud to be part of the live stream on YouTube, brought to you by Spivey, King & Spivey, LLP in Kingsport, a general practice law firm focusing on criminal defense and family law issues. The firm serves the Tri-Cities area in Kingsport, Johnson City, Bristol, and surrounding areas, including Rogersville, Elizabethton, Greenville, Irwin, Mountain City. Has provided over 75 years of combined experience in matters dealing with criminal law, divorce and custody issues, business disputes, personal injury, workers' comp, construction, civil litigation, and medical malpractice. Spivey, King & Spivey combines decades of trial experience in criminal and civil matters with the energy and perseverance which are demanded in today's modern legal environment. Please call Spivey, King & Spivey at 245-4185 to schedule your appointment today if you require any of those extensive legal services. Hopefully you don't, but it is the real world, and if you need them, they're there for you, and we appreciate them being part of Dobbins Bennett Indian Football and sponsoring the live stream here on through ESPN Tri-Cities and on YouTube. We'll take a timeout, come back. Let's hear from Coach Christian on the other side. This is Dobbins Bennett Indian Football on ESPN Tri-Cities and YouTube. We're back in 2 minutes right here.
Dobyns-Bennett High School game coverage is brought to you by Citizens Bank, a local community bank focused on the success of the areas they serve. Whether it's managing household finances, purchasing a home, or obtaining resources for your business, Citizens Bank has experts ready to provide a helping hand. Find out more about the Citizens Bank Local Advantage by visiting citizensbank24.com today. Bank your own way. Citizens Bank, Equal Housing Lender member FDIC.
Max Medicine Mart offers an array of different services, friendly and experienced pharmacists and staff to make your visit quick and easy. With drive-through for your convenience, you can get your immunization or vaccination with a full line of medical equipment for purchase or rent. We offer Good Foods Grocery for healthy food options. Unique Boutique has stylish apparel and accessories. Come see us today and score big with Max Medicine Mart.
Winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. And why Select 7 Credit Union rallies every day to bring you the most competitive auto and mortgage loan rates available, along with free checking, online statements, mobile banking, and join our winning team. Online, select7cu.org. We've been serving area families for over 73 years. Select 7 Credit Union, helping you select a brighter future. Proud sponsor of the Dobbins-Bennett Indian, federally insured, the NCUA.
To start seeing clearly again, visit the Regional Eye Center, the region's only cataract center of excellence. We're the only place for sight cataract surgery, providing the highest level of care and technology in correcting cataracts. In fact, no one in the area does more procedures than we do. So don't let cataracts get any worse. Call the Regional Eye Center at 1-800-688-EYES and visit regionaleye.com to learn more about our life-changing procedures. It's time you got your vision back and your life.
Now back to Eagles High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
Here with head coach Joey Christian before tonight's Region 1 6A homecoming contest against the William Blount Governors. Coach, you and I have been talking all week, back and forth, Wednesday coaches show. Kind of hard to get some information on these Governors. You know, it's I think we could have got more information than from a high school out of North Korea than what we've got from Maryville this week.
We play the Pyongyang High, whatever they are there. I don't know, the red line. Yeah, as far as like roster, I mean, I got a roster and things like that. And as far as, who plays, but who they are, how big they are, and things like that, I have no idea. Some of them's names, I have no idea, but I know what they've done. We've seen them on film. We've seen a lot of film on them. We know, structurally what kind of defense that they have been, or at least have been in and want to be in. The question is going to be, will that change? Because, they've had an open day, just like we've had an open day. And, how much do they change? If they change, or do they scrap it all and start something new, which would, and just try to make a push for these last 3 games of the year, which might be what they've done. They've already scrapped one style of offense for another style of offense. So, I think it's like we talked about Wednesday. We tell the kids in a situation like this, we're going to show you what they've done. We can't prepare you for everything. And occasionally there might be a time tonight that, you might just have to line up, trust your eyes and what you see, trust your coaching, your initial coaching of what we went over back in May, June, July, and just play ball. You just got to play ball. Just put your eyes on your keys and let that go to wherever, let that take your body to where it needs to go, and just, make a tackle, cover who you're supposed to do, whatever it is at that point. So that's kind of, we have to rely on a lot of instincts and a lot of training that we have worked on for months now.
They certainly aren't afraid of change, as you mentioned. Offensively, started the year kind of a wing T type situation. Yeah. The quarterback that they had last year was more of a thrower. He transferred, brought in another quarterback that came with his father, who's also the defensive coordinator, Brett Cortez. Yeah. And they kind of switched the offense back to a style that I think coach probably suits him better than the running style did initially anyway.
Yeah, they're more in a traditional 2022 offense, really spread, sniffer sets, and I mean a lot like us as far as the formations are like us. Maybe they don't motion like we do, and a lot of the base run plays that you'd see out of anybody, in today's world out of those formations. Now, throwing concepts, there are some things they've done conceptually passing that we have had to work on, that maybe we haven't seen this year, some things like that. But I think they're they've done a little bit of experimenting and trying to find an offense that suits their personnel and that they can plug their personnel into, and they've kind of settled on this spread look, but we've seen a lot of spreads, so as does everybody in today's world. So we're prepared for that, but like I said, who knows?
From their perspective, of course, they've got a brand new head coach in Robert Reeves. Reeves just came out of administration at Maryville Heritage a year ago, was the defensive coordinator last year. They're so young. At least half the roster is, freshmen and sophomores, if not more, a bunch of starters. So if you're kind of looking at it from their perspective, he didn't really know what they have. And so they're trying a little bit of everything. Yeah. It's almost like an experimental year, so to speak, for them.
Exactly. That's kind of how it's appeared to me. And I mean, I can't say that that's wrong with them. Like you said, they are so many freshmen and sophomores, but that also leads them to be so few seniors that I'm sure they're just selling it on them that, this is a learning year. We got to learn to crawl and walk this year, and next year we'll hope to be able to run. I think that's the way that they've approached it. And, like I said, I can't say that's wrong for them in their program where they are. I think, they'll definitely be the things that they're doing, and they've been better, I think, weekly as they went about, and we hopefully that they won't automatically get better and be better against us tonight.
From Dobbins Bennett's perspective, having last week off, of course, we hope to get some folks a little bit more healthy. I think they are healthy. We're seeing some guys walk around here before the game. Doesn't mean they're ready to go,
right?
But they're getting closer. And of course, having the week off before a couple of big games in the season, I think the week off actually helps as far as focus and preparation for a team that, let's face it, on paper, it's it is what it is on paper.
Yeah, well, we've took the week to, have we prepared for William Blount? Absolutely. We prepared for William Blount just like we would prepare for Jeff County, Greenville, Westridge, whoever before that. But what we've preached to the kids is with a new offensive line set that we had to roll in at Jeff County, we basically, and it was very fortunate that we were able to last week, really start like day one install type stuff with our offensive line, because we do have two guys really playing new positions to it, and a third that's went from being a backup to a starter. That it's allowed us to be able to focus on the nuts and bolts of what we do, and so it needs to be about us, and we have treated it like us. We have treated it like I said, like it was spring practice day one.
Yeah,
really.
We talked a lot of offense and defense throughout the week. One thing we didn't talk about really on Wednesday was just how good this Dobyns-Bennett special teams unit has been. I mean, from the return game, Hayden Russell, what he's doing, averaging over 45 yards a kickoff, averaging nearly a first down per punt return. What Titan Thomas is doing, kicking the football off with 27 touchbacks and 46 attempts, and on the 13 returns that you've had to defend, less than 15 yards per return. So opponents start at the 20 or inside the 20 every time. Graydon Manning doing a great job, averaging 35 yards. This team, special teams unit, has not allowed a single punt return yard all year.
Right. Well, and a lot of that, like you said, that's because Graydon. Listen, Graydon Manning is killing the ball. He has all year. Even had a little injury that we kind of went through there. He had a ingrown toenail. Lord, he showed me a picture of it. My stomach turned. And it was like, but he was able to punt through it and some things, and it just so happened to be it was a game that we didn't punt as well. So it kind of worked out good for us. But, yeah, so Graydon has done good. But, listen, our special team, we've been we've been feast or famine. We've been a whole lot more feast than famine.
Welcome to J. Fred Johnson.
When we've been good,
Stadium
you're
on
right,
the
we have been good. Hayden Russell
of Dobyns-Bennett High School for Game 8 of the 102nd season of the Dobyns-Bennett Indians football.
Would have been 2 years
Tonight,
ago.
our Indians host the
So proud
Governors
of him, the way
of William Blount High
We've
School.
got great blocking up front. Like you said, our kickoff team has done a good job of pinning opponents in. We talk about, the percentage that coaches would use is that basically whatever yard line you start on, it's that percentage that you have to score. So if you start on the 10, you only have a 10% chance of scoring on that drive. So the further we can keep them back, and that really played out to our favor our last game against Jeff County. I don't know that we were very good offensively over the long haul, but we had so many short fields that we didn't have to go over the long haul. It was 13 yards here and 20 yards there and things like that for points. So, as a whole, very, very pleased with our special teams. As always, as a coach, you always want
Ladies
more.
and gentlemen,
there's
at this
always
time,
meat
we
left
ask
on the
that
bone,
you
and you want to make
direct
sure you
your
take it all off
attention
of there.
to the Jumbotron
There's a big
for
Region 1
tonight's
6A contest. Indians
starting
win this
lineup.
game here tonight. Coach will be at home at least for one round of the playoffs and set up for what could be a
Mullins, 1 on snapper.
Great Manning, 16, punter kicker.
Titan Thomas, 42, kicker punter.
Nicholas McVeigh, 58, PT.
Banks, 53, nose. Chris Harris, 64, D end.
Justin Hale, 40, defensive end.
Tony Simpson, 11, outside linebacker. Andrew Myers, 24, linebacker.
Branson Carswell, 4, linebacker.
Dakari Dixon, 7, corner. Jonathan Gillespie, 0, corner.
Hayden Russell, 2, strong safety.
Cannon Mullins, 1.
John Tebow, 77, Beef Boys.
Ryder Brown, 52, Beef Boys.
Chris Harris, 64, Beef Boys.
Gavin Comerford, 55, Beef Boys. Will Ford, 70, Beef Boys. Kelton Mullins, 25, tight end.
Dakari Dixon, 7, slot receiver.
Hayden Russell, 2, wide receiver.
Jonathan Gillespie, 0, wide receiver.
Braden Simpson, 30, running back. Jake Carson, 13, quarterback.
Coaches, trainers, and administrative staff include head coach Joey Christian, associate head coach Nick Colibro, defensive coordinator Teddy Gaines, offensive coordinator Chris Thacker, assisted by Walker Throp, Kevin Shipley, Jake Mullins, Ty Hayworth, Dustin Gaines, Trey Trammell, John Ellis Davis, Ryan Wagner, Braden Buckles, and Nick Blackwell. Sports Performance Staff, Zach Fleming, Danielle Luthke, and Tanner Combs. Athletic Trainers, Kevin Trivet and Brianna Branson. Equipment Manager, Barry Williams. Groundskeeper, Lee McDavid. Statistician, John Burleson. Athletic Directors, Jimmy Burleson, Ryan Barrett, and Aaron Gorley. Athletic Director,
Will Ford, the center. The right guard is Ryder Brown, John Tebow at right tackle. And that's the unit that was kind of shuffled a bit due to the injury to center Carson Christian. You and I got to spend some time down there with Carson for the game. He's moving around very well, no brace, not ready to go, but things are looking in the positive direction for Carson getting back on the field.
Yeah, he said you guys got to talk to Kevin with him as well, and Kevin was talking about how well he has produced, kind of coming through and working, and it's one of those injuries that in the knee that he could have elected to have surgery. They do have the option of physical therapy and see if you can get it strong enough, and that's the route he's going, and he's on track to get back on the field again before this season is, and we hope to see him back on the field.
And tight end Keldon Mullins, if you're watching the YouTube video, what is it about tight ends? Those guys are characters, aren't they?
Yeah, they're different breed.
They're different. But a great job by the Tribe fellas introducing themselves. You heard from Jake Carson, the quarterback, running back Braden Simpson, wide receivers Hayden Russell, Jonathan Gillespie, Dakari Dixon. Defensive side of the football, defensive line again, Chris Harris, Braylon Banks, Nicholas McVeigh, Justin Hale. The linebackers, Branson Carswell, Andrew Myers, Tony Simpson, who's actually starting for Cannon Mullins, who goes back to safety again this week in the place of injured George Evans. Also at safety, Hayden Russell. In the corners, Jonathan Gillespie, Dakari Dixon. The specialist, Titan Thomas, the place kicker, Great Manning, the punter. Long snapper, Cannon Mullins. Return specialist, both Jonathan Gillespie and Hayden Russell. And we'd love to give you the Blount starters. We might give you some that started 2 weeks ago against Westridge. But folks, I'll be honest with you, we really have no idea.
We have no idea. I mean, we've actually gone to all four corners of the state of Tennessee to try to find out something about William Blount and their starters, their two deeps, and what they bring to tonight and what we're going to see. And you heard even Coach talk about it. Joey's like, hey, we told our guys this is where the training comes back at the first year. You see something, you got to react to it. You got to be able to kind of read, and that's what we're going to have to do. And of course, if you're watching on live stream, the Dobbins Bennett band is entering with the uniforms, and they've got their new. They're going to do their halftime or their competition show tonight at halftime. You've got. We also got homecoming tonight. There's just a lot of things going on tonight here at J. Fred Johnson Stadium.
And we don't want to miss any of it, so we're going to take a 2-minute timeout, come back, make sure that we get the video and the audio coming up for a special ceremony coming up in about 5 minutes or so. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. We're back with more at 2 minutes on the Coach Joey Christian Pregame Report, live on YouTube and also ESPN Tri-Cities.
Since 1962, East 10 Rentals has taken care of your equipment needs, from big contractor jobs to home improvements. The highly qualified staff at East 10 Rentals can get you the right equipment and tools you need to complete any job. Your Bobcat, Steel, and Brakely dealer. Rent it or buy it. East 10 Rentals. City. East 10 Rentals. What you need when you need it.
I'm Bob Childers with Hamlet Dobson Funeral Homes. This ball began in this community back in 1921. The game was a little different. Players were not required to wear headgear, and teams sometimes used a single wing formation in addition to the basic T formation that is used today. In 1921, Hamlet Dobson was providing quality service to local families. The rules of that game will never change. Hamlet Dobson Funeral Homes, family owned and operated since 1916.
Whether you're looking for more pulling power or you simply want to blow the competition away, come to Jeff's Pipe and Muffler in Kingsport. Jeff's Pipe and Muffler specializes in custom exhaust systems, Flowmaster, Joule exhaust, MagnaFlow exhaust, manifolds, oil changes and brakes, and automotive repair. To unleash your engine's beast, come to Jeff's Pipe and Muffler. No appointment needed. We can hear you coming. That's Jeff's Pipe and Muffler, 817 East Sullivan Dobbins Street, Kingsport. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30.
Want a good laugh? Watch those funny insurance ads on TV. Want seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance? Come to Jenkins Insurance Group in Kingsport, an independent Erie insurance agent. See for yourself why more than 90% of Erie customers stay with Erie year after year. Call Jenkins Insurance Group for a quote today. 423-245-ERIE. That's 245-3743.
Now back to Eagles High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
Hey, welcome back here to J. Fred Johnson Stadium. Dobbins Bennett there completing its pregame warm-ups, getting ready to do the war hoop with Coach Zach Fleming back here. Always a special time here. Good crowd filing in. Todd Freeman to my right. And Region 1 6A contest against William Blount tonight. And we don't know a lot about the Governors. We believe the quarterback will be Brett Cortez, who is a 6'2", 175-pound junior who transferred from Lenore City. His dad is a defensive coordinator who was hired by Coach Robert Reeves to come over here to William Blount, brought the quarterback with him. Running backs they've used are Trent Pierce, 6', 180 senior, Darius Brooks, 5'11", 195 sophomore, Hunter Ogle, 6'1", 200 senior. Wide receivers Eli Walker, Garrett Clark, Tyler Ellis, and Landon Rich. Tight end Nathan Flores. One of their senior leaders is left guard, who also plays some linebacker, and that's Rhett Hensley. And if you're looking for Rhett tonight out there, we've got him as 55 on our roster. I'm told he may even be 45 as well. So
okay.
Just be aware of that.
We'll be aware of that. And Steve, I'll tell you, our good friend Rick Spivey, who's part of Spivey, King and Spivey, he used to do radio with us years ago, and he would always say, I don't need to know a whole lot about a team. All I got to do is look across the field and see how many people show up. When there ain't a lot of people over there, it might not be a good night for William Blount.
And I'm about count them on one hand.
You can about count them on one hand. So that might be an indication of how their season's going.
2 hands.
I'll give you 2 hands.
2 hands.
Okay.
But no feet required.
So not a big crowd here for William Blount right now.
On defense for the Governors, we mentioned Hensley at linebacker. Also Holden Garrett played some against Dobbins Bennett at linebacker last year. Up front, 2 sophomores on the defensive line, and Luke Watkins, 6'1", 243. Tristan Query, 5'10", 200. You look at that defensive backfield, they could go with 2 sophomores and 2 freshmen, including a 5'8", 115-pound sophomore, make that freshman defensive back.
Now repeat again, 5'8",
115 pounds.
24 hours ago, we were here watching a Robinson and Sevier game. We saw a lot of players bigger than 5'8", 115. So
I haven't been 115 since about the 3rd grade.
Kindergarten.
You look at the youth, and that's kind of what we talked about Coach Christian is just kind of some of the things they're up against with this coaching transition. So we'll see how it all goes. And again, we don't know a lot about William Blount. They started out in a run-oriented offense. Even talked about in the spring in implementing a wishbone. And I think these days with the blocking that you cannot do anymore, running a wishbone is almost impossible because you can't cut, block, and things like that.
Right.
They went to a veer, didn't get a lot of production out of the veer. Now they've gone back to a spread. We could see anything here tonight from this William Blount team.
Well, you could, and of course we're going to get ready right here. I think we have a presentation right here about that. Is the thing about it is that's why you're listening to us. That's why you're watching on live stream. That's why you're here, because there's no telling what they're going to bring tonight.
Like a champ. I feel like a champ. Like a champ. I feel like a champ. Like a champ. I feel like a champ. Like a champion. Trying to take control back to the crib. Hate it or love it, that's how it is. No pressure, we up or down by 10. I know we gon' come back for the one. No hanging heads, we gon' be alright. Believe you can, now you have right. I'd rather go out saying that I tried than wonder what it felt like. Dreamed of it all as a kid. Nobody can say that I didn't do everything that I said I would. And I'm not even close to finish. Trained up my life for this moment. I cannot blow what I want when I know that I'm ready. Can't feel my team won't let me. And if I fall, they're right there to catch me.
Browder has to get this inbound, and he does so. Dobbins Bennett with the ball down one. 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Hale. One thing at Stokes. Drive. Pull up. A shot off. Bryant, it's
like a champion. And they say legends are made in the fourth. Known for it like July. Matty ain't got his wings yet, but all birds don't fly. All wrong ain't wrong, yeah. All right ain't right. I can't be focused on the wrong things and let it pass me by. I can't go out by distraction. Let's talk, get more action. Let's talk more, go grab it. I wasn't aware of myself, stepping on my own feet like playing chicken in traffic. It's a hit or a miss, don't want it quick. I love my journey, and the faster you rise, the faster you fall from it. Putting in work, no OT. If I got the rock time going down on the clock, and then it's
Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the field as we honor the 2022 TSSAA Boys Basketball 4A State Champions and present them with their championship rings. Presenting the rings tonight are
state championship rings being doled out to the Dobyns-Bennett Indian basketball team.
And there's state champions after state championships. There's always only that first, and this team is the first ever 4A class state championship in the state of Tennessee.
So that's pretty special stuff down there. Jonathan Gillespie, of course, member of the football team as well, being presented first. Brady Stump there. Carter Metz is here as well. McKinley Tincher will be next. Chapel Head there down the line, and they're all here tonight as well. And of course, Chapel will be back this year.
Number 11, Chapel Head.
Charlie McHugh next to be honored.
Number 12, Charlie
Here comes Jack Browder, of course, is on and playing at Carson Newman.
Number 14, Jack Browder.
Here comes Nigel Vidal, of course, remember the football team as well, out with that broken forearm.
Number 20,
Jack Browder, the MVP of the state tournament.
Yes. Then comes Malachi Hale. You saw his shot that won the state semifinal game there against Bartlett, that sent Dobbins-Bennett to the championship game against Bearden. And the biggest shot in the history of Dobbins-Bennett basketball.
Yeah, because Bartlett was supposed to win this thing.
Browder hit the second biggest shot. It was a big shot, a tie-breaking shot in overtime against Bearden. There's Eli Day also being honored, and of course the manager, Eli Griffin, as well. So the support squad.
Yeah, and the support staff, and of course the coaches, and ladies and gentlemen, my good friend Steve Wilmoth will also get a ring and appreciate what he does for Indian athletics. I mean, I was sitting in Nashville at Eddie V's, getting ready to go to great place to eat, right across the street from Bridgestone, getting ready to go watch the Predators play, and I had you in my ears, and I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of people looking at me going, what in the world's he doing? Because I got excited and listening to you, Stephen, a great call, and thank you for doing what you do for Dobbins-Bennett Athletics as well.
Very blessed. Coach Chris Poor, by the way, also will be honored as he was named the state Class 4A Coach of the Year. After guiding the Indians to the first state tournament championship in a long, long time. So, great stuff there, Todd. And I know those Coach Port was carefully crafting those championship rings back in the spring. He had an idea of what he wanted them to look at and how he wanted them designed. And so, I'm very fortunate that I didn't do anything, by the way. He asked me, I said, dude, I'm just a radio guy. I didn't do anything. I didn't practice. I didn't sweat. I didn't do anything. I just showed up for the games. That's all I did. And I just rode you all for that. And he said, well, we kind of want you to have one. I said, well,
I take it. Dobbins-Bennett has a proud tradition of their athletics, Stephen, and it's hard to win state tournaments at any level. And there's some great basketball players in the state of Tennessee, and for what this basketball team accomplished was second to none, and very, very, very proud of them. And what this team shows you as well too is no matter what they say, no matter what you think, no matter what's going on, it's not over till you win it, or till you get beat, and that's why you play to that last buzzer, and you keep playing hard, and good things will happen.
No question about it. So congratulations to them, a team that will be talked about forever here at Dobyns-Bennett High School. And hopefully, this Dobbins-Bennett football team got a chance to make some things happen down that road, too. This obviously, what's happened in 6A in the last few weeks, a little bit more wide open than maybe it's been in the last few years.
It is wide open. I think this team is good enough to from top to bottom, balanced enough and do good things and play hard that they can make a run into this state title. And of course, then it starts tonight. And see, we're kind of going through the team, but one thing we didn't talk about, what is important about tonight. We're not going to hide anything. We told you what William Blount's record is. They're 0-7. They've not been in a football game really this year. They're young and everything else. This is a region game. You've got to be ready to play. You win tonight, you at least tonight get to host a home game, and that is huge when you start the playoff runs. And so tonight's a big night in this football game.
You win tonight, you set up a game 2 weeks from tonight that would be for the undisputed Region 1 championship, and a game that would give you 2 home playoff games, potentially 3. Most of the action this year in the even years goes away from us.
Correct.
As the TSSAA sets up those brackets, but definitely 2 home games if you win Region 1 titles. So that's big, because that Region 2, you look at that's a difficult region when you start looking at those teams. The team that beat Maryville and ended its 22-year region run, they're not even in the playoffs yet.
Yeah, they're not in the playoffs. They were 3-3 going into that game. And
Subject to lender approval. Expires Monday.
The doctors at Appalachian Orthopedics know that unexpected injuries happen, and they are committed to keeping athletes and fans in the game. From Monday to Saturday, patients with acute orthopedic injuries can simply walk into their orthopedic urgent care for same-day treatment. No appointment necessary. See Appalachian Orthopedics' dedicated team at the Bristol Midway and Johnson City locations for specialized care you can trust. Learn more at AppalachianOrthopedics.com.
Now back to Ingalls High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
All right, welcome back here to J. Fred Johnson Stadium. The Dobbins-Bennett Indian Marching Band set to take the field below us as Dobbins-Bennett gets set to host William Blount here on homecoming. Homecoming festivities, by the way, will be at halftime. Had some different approaches this year to when homecomings are done. Some have been in pregame, Somebody asked me today, is it going to be in pregame? I said, no, we do halftime here because really it's not a huge homecoming court, so it's not 20 people out there being honored. So
I think it's 5, and here comes your DB marching band, as you see. And also tonight, always on homecoming, we'll have it live. We'll have the choral group doing their rendition of the national anthem. And they always usually do that on homecoming night.
The Dobbins Bennett coming in on the year 6-1, defeating Tennessee out 31-0, Volunteer 41-0, beat Morristown East Region play 42-14 over Crockett 49-6, won at West Ridge 56-14, came up a yard short against Greenville 21-20, and then rebounded with a big win at Jefferson County 2 weeks ago 34-10. So the offense very productive, the defense very stingy. Look at some of the stats for Dobyns-Bennett. The Indians averaging 39 points a game, allowing only 9 points a game. The Indians average 358 total yards per game.
Is able for the presentation of our colors and national colors by the Dobyns-Bennett Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard. Tonight's Color Guard is commanded by Cadet Second Lieutenant Cody Cutler. Team members include Cadet Captain Carson McMurray, Cadet Technical Sergeant Zoe Bird, Cadet Staff Sergeant Anna Harrington, Cadet Airman Ali Cook, and Cadet Airman Basic Valerie Cruz Lopez. The Dobyns-Bennett Junior ROTC is commanded by United States Air Force retired Colonel Eric Bolt and United States Air Force retired Chief Master Sergeant Melanie Blankenship. Now we ask that you join us in a moment of silence. Thank you. And now join in singing as the members of Overtone Acapella, representing the 160-member Dobyns-Bennett Forest Department, and under the direction of Patty DeMarc and Gianni Lepke, perform our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the I cannot relate. You never win if you playing this safe. It's all a game until you get played. You speaking so loud with nothing to say. Hey, I'm betting it down on me. They said they ride for me, and they talk so bad on me. I know there's no friends in this business. That's why I keep my family close. Let's go. Put in work and secure the bag, and then take it back to my folks.
It's been a cold, cold summer. Ice in my veins, but you know I'm about to warm up. Yo, it's been a cold, cold summer. Ice in my veins, but you know I'm about to warm up.
Time will only tell. You can try me if you want. Life can get real crazy. You can try me if you want. We gon' find out soon. We gon' find out soon. We gon' find out soon. Look me in my eyes. You can try me if you want. We don't got the same drive. You can try me if you want. We gon' find out soon. We gon' find out soon. We gon' find out soon. Look, I'm in a solid state. We ain't got the same drive. I know it's hard for you. These moments make me feel alive. Texas beating, built different like a G5. If I'm not the one, you better doubt it.
Joining the Indians as they run through the band tonight are the 2022 John Sevier and Roston Robinson football team.
You're a quarterback against this Dobbins-Bennett defense. You got to have that internal clock. You can't hold on to it long at all.
And down below, here come the Dobbins-Bennett Indians. Through a maze of pink smoke. Lots of pink on the field. It is October. You know the meaning. Got some funds you can throw towards that awareness each October. Encourage you to do so. Should have worn my pink tonight, Todd.
Yeah, you look good tonight. That's you got another week.
I got another week. A whole bunch of folks are running through the formation here tonight, Todd.
Yep. Future Indians.
Yep. Coach's sons as well joining the fray. Good to see. Meanwhile, William Blount will enter down below to our right. Dobbins-Bennett in the white football pants tonight, Todd. Maroon jerseys, silver numerals. William Blount entering down to our right in the burnt orange football pants, white jerseys, and bright orange numerals trimmed in black. We can see them perfectly.
Yeah, and I will say this, though. That's my favorite UT uniform. I love that road white with orange pants. I mean, that's a great look.
Dobbins-Bennett and William Blount here set to kick off a number of Region 1 6A contests tonight. Don't forget Science Hill down at Jefferson County. Westridge also on the road at Morristown East. And when the 3 games in Region Play are complete tonight, we'll have a much clearer indication of exactly what has to go down in 2 weeks. Who might play themselves in or who has been eliminated, who has secured a spot. Things like that as we get right down to it here at the end of the 2022 regular season.
Yeah, that's a huge game in Jefferson City.
Yeah, no question. Isaiah Hall, the Jefferson County quarterback who left the Dobbins-Bennett game, did not play against Hardin Valley last week, is expected to play against Science Hill this week. And he was injured last year against the Toppers.
Right, like to see him come back. He got hurt against us, and hate to see that. Hate for you to see any young man lose the opportunity to play football.
Dobbins-Bennett captains tonight for the Tribe. One captain, Howard Siddons, a senior. Also a captain, DeMonte Alexander, a senior. Brayton Manning, a senior. And Colt Weininger, a senior. Good to see Colt in uniform. He has been just decimated by injuries here since he transferred down and started some games last year, Todd, after his transfer from Agden and got hurt and just kind of stayed on the injury list for a while because he's back in uniform tonight for Dobbins-Bennett as a captain here. William Blount has 3 captains representing the Governors at midfield, one of which is T.J. Pierce.
At midfield, the captains for the William Blount Governors, J. Pierce, Landon Rich, Brett Ortiz.
Looks like Brett Ortiz is one as well as Landon Rich.
Number 31, Devontae Alexander. Cole Weininger. And Brayton Manning.
Toss occurred while I was looking at the numbers.
Dobyns-Bennett won it and deferred to the second half.
That's my preference always.
But we did have a year there that we scored almost every time we touched the ball, and we kind of started going for winning that coin toss.
So Dobbins-Bennett will kick it off. Titan Thomas to do the honors. We mentioned Titan a while ago, as he has attempted on the year 46 kickoffs, 27 of which have reached the end zone. There have been 17 kickoff returns against Dobyns-Bennett this year for only 14.5 yards. So I like to go back, Todd, and look at those 46 kickoffs and determine exactly how many times the opposition has started past the 20. I bet it's another one-hand count.
I bet it is a one-hand count for sure. And tonight he's going to have to hit. It's a little cooler night tonight, and you have you kind of kick it into the wind right now, so kick it towards the baseball infield. So hopefully he got good and loose, and we'll see how we start this game.
On the near side for William Blount, I believe he's not very big. I think it's Aiden Klein. If it's Klein, he's a freshman on the near side. And another on the far side. They're just not presenting their numbers for me very clearly. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Here is Titan Thomas to kick off, and it is homecoming time. Tribe time here at J. Fred Johnson Stadium, and Thomas kicks it a mile into the end zone. A touchback.
No problem with the cool weather and kicking into the wind.
I don't think he answered that question.
Answer that question.
So William Blount will start on the 20-yard line. The quarterback is the junior Brett Ortiz. He will line up, and William Blount looks like they'll start out in the spread side with 3 receivers to the right, 1 left. The running back is T.J. Pierce to the right of Cortez. Dobbins-Bennett 4-man front. Cortez wants to throw. Going to take a shot downfield. That ball is to the receiver, and he was incomplete, blasted down there by Cannon Mullins as he was trying to get the ball to Garrett Clark. Clark had it on his fingertips, but then Cannon Mullins rocked it.
Great job by Kellen Mullins in the safety position, Steve, in the sense of this. He had an opportunity to actually have one of those hits that you could call a defensive hit or targeting, and he hit him the way you're supposed to with your shoulders, squared him up, and knocked the ball away from him.
Here's a give, or a fake give, a pitch coming to the near sideline. And out there to make the tackle for Dobbins-Bennett is Hayden Russell. As the pitch came to Eli Walker, and Russell stops him for no gain.
And, Steve, I think this Dobbins-Bennett Indian defense, that's just some of the best that they, this year, of what they've done, and that's solo tackles. When they get on an island, you got to make that tackle, or it's going to be a big play. Big tackle by Russell.
3rd and 10 for the Governors. In motion is the running back. Cortez wants to throw, will run instead. He's across to 20, trying to get to the first down yardage. Can't do it. Is coming up to make the stop after about a 9-yard pickup will be Hayden Russell. So the Governors will be a yard short on the scramble by Cortez.
Well, one of the things that we've seen, and I'm surprised that they're going to go for it right here. Now, they bring a couple of guys in. Maybe this is the punt unit, but I mean...
Well, Joey told me on Wednesday night, he said it's not a matter of expecting them to do what the expected thing is. They will do the unexpected. They have nothing to lose. They're playing on house money. It does look like a tight formation. Cortez looking over to the sideline.
I think they're waiting to see kind of what, and they're going to go for it. Yep. Wow.
4th and 1 from the 29, opening the possession for William Blount. Here's the handoff going right, and he's hit.
Did not get it
there. He didn't get there.
I did not get it. Where's he going to?
The official from
the he's going to line. Oh, my goodness.
There's no way.
Steve.
He didn't make it.
He did not. He didn't even get close to the 30. Wow.
That's unbelievable. First down. First and 10.
We can see the replay
here. Gave it to the second man.
Right here. Boom. Watch this. He's not there.
The ball's not there. No.
Oh, man.
So It's first down, William Blount. Here's Cortez out to the right, wants to throw it, does so. Back across his body. The man is open at the 50, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Goes William Blount's Eli Walker.
T.J. Pierce on the reception. That pass play good for a Governor.
And this is what you're expecting, Steve. We talked about it in the pregame. They kind of like to spread the field. We've not. They don't have a lot of film on this spread of what they like to do. You're going to have to understand your assignments. You're going to have to read it, and you're going to have to make a play. But right now, the four-man rush is not working for Dobbins Bennett.
The reception went to Eli Walker for 45 yards. Blount going fast, handoff, won't get back to the line of scrimmage. Well, the running back, and that running back again was Pierce.
Well, the way they spotted that fourth down, he probably got 2 yards.
I can't argue that. Yeah, that was...
Stop made by the Indians.
Anyway, second down and 11 now for William Blount at the 26-yard line. Cortez shotgun formation. And before the snap, a whistle. Looks like we're going to have illegal motion on William Blount.
We do have a ref, if he'll use it tonight. We'll see how that works. And no call by the ref, so.
That'll put it back to the 31-yard line. A second down and 16 for the Governors. In motion, Pierce, they want to throw it. It's complete to the 20. Across the 20. Pass complete to Garrett Clark.
I tell you what, we're really playing a lot of soft coverage, Steve, and they're just running underneath the coverage right now.
That's good for 13 yards to the 18-yard line.
No question, probably two-down territory for them. If they will go for it on 4th and 1 on their own 29, they'll go for it. It's two-down territory down here.
Yeah. Just 3rd and 3 now at the 18 for the Governors. Cortez. The give. Hit by Harris. Got away from Harris, but not by Andrew Myers, who cracked him at the 19-yard line. That being Pierce, and he will lose a yard.
Andrew Myers.
We talk about the hit that Cannon Mullins made, which was a big hit. That might have been a bigger hit. Big fourth down here. Now 4th and 5, I guess, isn't it, Steve? Yep.
It's 4th and about 4, we'll call it, from the 19.
Legal
William Blount sends one off the field. How was that guy not in the huddle? There's a pass down towards the corner of the end zone, knocked away at the last minute by Hayden Russell, and that will turn it over, I think, on downs. It will.
I guess they didn't huddle, so you didn't break the huddle with 12, so it's just a little weird, but you know, a good drive by William Blount, but Dobbins Bennett kind of bows her neck down here in the red zone and turns them away.
Well, Dobbins Bennett takes over with 8:59 to go in the first quarter at its 19-yard line. 1st and 10.
Very shocked too, Steve, by that 4th down call right there.
So Jake Carson, 1st and 10 Indians at the 19-yard line. Running back is Braden Simpson for Dobbins Bennett. Simpson will have it going right. Simpson across the line. Simpson in open space. Simpson across the 35 to the 40. He will have a select 7 credit union first down for the Tribe after pickup of 22 yards to the 41-yard line.
And the only person that about could stop him was Hayden Russell. Hayden was in front of him, blocking like he should, and he just couldn't kind of get off of that block. And what a big run for him on first down.
So Russell averaging right at 12 yards a carry, goes 22 on carry number 1. First down, Indians at the 41. In the game at wide receiver, Javonte Alexander. Here's a give up the middle. Simpson again with more running room. Simpson cuts it outside. Simpson to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. Simpson tackle from behind. As they had the angle on him, he's all the way down to the
carry.
Oh, we'll take it. You know, just great running by Simpson. And I tell you, one of the things that our running backs do, Steve, and you're seeing it from Simpson especially, is You cannot arm tackle these guys. I'm telling you, he ran through 2 arm tackles and was gone.
Select 7 Credit Union, first down for the Indians at the 15. Empty backfield this time for Jake Carson. Receivers stacked to the left. Carson wants to throw, going towards the end zone. That pass is going to be incomplete. Spinning around there, I think that was Ron Pruitt, Todd, trying to make a catch in the end zone, incomplete.
Yeah, a little back shoulder throw by Jake Carson with maybe one of the receivers is not used to maybe what Jake was planning on doing right there, because he kind of more took off towards the end of the end zone. But second down.
Second down and 10 from the 15. Peyton Franklin in at running back now for Dobyns-Bennett. 3 receivers to the right. They'll fake the give, across the middle, complete. Dixon went to the outside instead of the inside. He might have scored if he turns left instead of right.
All he's got to do is turn around and walk in the end zone. I mean, he kind of little 5-yard curl right there and caught it, and you're taught there to push off that leg and go back up the field, and for some reason he tried to spin out towards the sideline right into the defenders of William Blount.
3rd and 6 now. They give him 4 yards on that play. Carson in shotgun formation. In motion is Pruitt. Carson gives to Franklin straight up the middle. Franklin's going to waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, Dobbins-Bennett. Peyton Franklin, 11-yard touchdown run.
And another one, Steve, it just showed you with Peyton Franklin as well. Just you cannot arm tackle these guys. They run through arm tackles. They run hard. Great running by Dobbins-Bennett's running backs here to put up the first touchdown of the game.
5-play, 81-yard drive for Dobbins-Bennett. In a minute, 57 seconds, Tyton Thomas, the extra point, is up and good. Your score is 7:02 to go first quarter. Dobbins-Bennett 7, William Blount nothing. We're back in 60 seconds on ESPN Tri-Cities.
From Action Rentals and Sales, we're your one-stop shop for all equipment and tool rental needs in Kingsport, Rogersville, Johnson City, and serving Northeast Tennessee and Gate City. We also sell items including equipment supplies, general fuel and safety supplies for both contractors and GI buyers. Action Rentals Party Division offers superior event planning. They'll be by your side step by step to help plan your dream wedding, elegant benefit, backyard party. Action Rentals and Sales, 1861 Northeastern Road, Kingsport.
To start seeing clearly again, visit the Regional Eye Center, the region's only cataract center of excellence. We're the only place for clear sight cataract surgery, providing the highest level of care and technology in correcting cataracts. In fact, no one in the area does more procedures than we do. So don't let cataracts get any worse. Call the Regional Eye Center at 1-800-688-EYES and visit regionaleye.com to learn more about our
Tyton Thomas set to kick for the Indians.
And
now back to Eagles High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
All right, Dobbins-Bennett marches 81 yards in its first possession. We're back here at J. Fred Johnson Stadium. Steve Wilma, Todd Freeman. Glad to have you along on ESPN Tri-Cities and YouTube here tonight on this homecoming night. Tyton Thomas will kick off for the second time. First kickoff sailed about 6 yards into the end zone. And Thomas approaches. And this one is booted, and it's headed to the exact same spot. Touchback. And William Blount will start at its 20.
I tell you, it's just nice to have a kicking game like that in our special teams. And Steve, you kind of hinted on it there in the pregame and about the gaudy numbers that we have on special teams. And getting into the playoff special teams is going to be huge.
William Blount will start this series with Darius Brooks, a sophomore, in there. Now they're going to huddle up. They came out like they're ready to run a play. Now they're going to huddle up. Brooks is a running back as they go here in the 20 formation. With Brooks to the left and another to the right here. Brooks will get the carry going right. He's across the line of scrimmage through the hole over there on the right side and all the way out to the 29-yard line. Brooks, a 9-yard run.
A good tough running by Brooks right there, getting to the second level, getting through the line of scrimmage quickly.
Second down and 1. Simpson on the stop. Also in there, running back for Blount is, according to our roster, is Aiden Klein, a freshman. at running back. So 20 formation again with 2 receivers left, 1 right for Blount. Again, it's Brooks. This time nowhere to go for Brooks as he ran into Branson Carswell. Carswell drives him back, and somehow they're going to say he made it to the 28-yard line. This guy over here marking on the right side, I think he was the guy here a couple of years ago that we had some issues with.
I think he runs crooked to the ball. I tell you what, you talking about trying to run the second play back up the middle. Carswell doesn't like that at all. And big stop by Brandon Carswell.
Pierce back in there, running back now to the right of Cortez with 3 receivers to the left on 3rd and 2. Cortez wants to throw, going to throw it downfield, intercepted. Jonathan Gillespie has it at the 40 to the 30. Gillespie at the basket for the football, the 20 to the 15 to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Jonathan Gillespie. 40-yard interception return for the Indian senior. I'm used to calling him a basketball.
Well, he got a ring for basketball tonight, but I tell you what, Steve, it started up front. If you're watching on live stream, you'll see the replay. Dobbins Bennett sends pressure up the middle, and he has to get rid of the ball quickly, and you throw it towards Gillespie's way. One-on-one coverage with Gillespie out there, it's tough to do. Throws it short. Gillespie knows once he gets it in his hands, he knows what to do with it.
Here comes Titan Thomas to attempt the extra point. The hold out of Will Hurd. Extra point there by Thomas is up, and it is good. New score, 5:39 to go first quarter. Dobbins Bennett 14, and William Blount nothing. We're back in 60 seconds on ESPN Tri-Cities.
Center Street Wealth Management Group has been built around a deep respect for planning. Our commitment is to help you plan effectively, invest wisely, and map a realistic course to your future. Call Senior Financial Advisor Jeff Bedford with Tim Coughlin, Greg Taylor, or Natalie Webb at 423-765-1000. We proudly support the Dobbins Bennett football team. Roll Tribe.
Gillespie's interception return good for a 41-yard touchdown.
If you've been accused of a crime or face any legal problems and you need a lawyer, there's a number you can call for help. If you're having legal difficulty with family law or you need legal counsel, there's a place for you to turn. Call the experienced law firm of Spivey, King & Spivey at 423-245-4185 for a confidential attorney-client consultation, or go to SpiveyKingandSpiveyLLP.com for more information. Experienced legal counsel is a phone call or mouse click away. Spivey, King & Spivey.
Now back to Eagles High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
Back to J. Fred Johnson Stadium. We'll say 41 yards on the interception return with some great blocking downfield, Todd.
Yeah, I tell you what, Browder was down there all the way at the goal line. It really sprung that touchdown. And I tell you what, that's just a great team effort by defense to get that ball in the end zone.
Titan Thomas is wearing out that carpet right there in the center of the end zone. That's right there about shortstop.
Yeah, our groundskeeper, he'll have to fix a spot there if he keeps kicking it right there every time.
So William Blount, its 3rd possession, again at its 20-yard line with 5:39 to go here in the first quarter. Indians on top 14-0. Gillespie really, that ball was kind of a jump ball down the left sideline, Todd, on that interception. Gillespie got it. I don't know that a Blount player laid a hand on him.
I don't think he was touched, and the blocking downfield was exceptional.
I know Dakari Dixon was in there, too. He kind of pushed Dixon out of the way at one point. Yep. I think that was the only man that touched him. It's when he pushed Dixon. Here's Cortez, shotgun formation, H-back to the left. Handoff coming up the middle, a couple of yards maybe. Tackle made over there by Dobbins Bennett, Justin Hale. Hale had his best game of the year just a couple of weeks ago.
And, you know, we was talking about the pass game, that first series, very smart passing and everything else. The last 2 passes, very questionable. The one on 4th down towards the end zone that they just needed 4. And that last one for the interception for the pick 6.
That was T.J. Pierce on the carry to the 22. We got 2 for 2nd and 8 now. And now we have, I think, a timeout called by William
Timeout, Governors.
Yep. So we'll take a 60-second break. Dobbins Bennett on top 14-0. Back in 1 minute on ESPN Tri-Cities.
Since 1962, East 10 Reynolds has taken care of your needs. Big contractor jobs to home improvements. The highly qualified staff at East 10 Reynolds can get you the right equipment and tools you need to complete any job. Your Bobcat, Steel, comes See us today in Johnson City. East Penn Reynolds. What you need, when you need it.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And that's why Select 7 is offering employees every day to bring you the most competitive auto loan with Select7cu.org. We've been serving area families for over 73 years. Select 7 Credit Union, helping you select a brighter future. Proud sponsor of the Dobbins-Bennett Indians, federally insured by the NCUA.
Now back to Ingalls High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
2nd and 8. Cortez out of the shotgun. Hands it off to Brooks, I believe. And Brooks may get back to the line of scrimmage. Actually lost the yard, it looks like. As under there was Christopher Harris and also Braylon Banks on the tackle. Loss of 1 by Brooks.
Puts up a big 3rd down, 3rd and 9 for the Governors.
Clock running here, first quarter, 4:36 to go. Tribe on top, 14-0. 3 wideouts to the right now for Cortez. Cortez back to pass, trying to set up a screen. It's being picked off by Carswell. Carswell, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Dobbins Bennett.
We've talked about how smart Carswell is as a middle linebacker, former quarterback in middle school and Little League, and he sniffed that. There was a screen that looked like it was going to be set up perfect. Carswell sees it, jumps the route. Another pick 6 for this Dobbins Bennett defense.
Carswell picks it off, and part of the thing that happened, Todd, was it was so the Indians, a screen pass, you got to let the rush kind of come in a little bit. The Indians got there so quickly, they couldn't get it set up in time, and Carswell sniffed it out.
Well, he's the only one that basically bit back, and, he saw it, and we might see it. Here's a replay, Steve, before we go, but you'll see, they let them go through, and it looks like they got it set up, and Carswell just jumps underneath the route.
That was Justin Hale that was back there right in the face of Cortez. And Carswell jumps throughout, and Dobbins Bennett with 2 pick 6s in the first quarter. And with 4:21 to go, the Tribe leads 21-0 as the extra point by Thomas is up and good.
And I'm telling you right now, I'm sure the Governors are shocked. I know they've had a tough season, Steve, but they come out, they get the ball, they have some success, and all of a sudden back-to-back pick 6 like that. It just takes the sting out of it. And of course, I'll tell you right now, we know how the Dobbins Bennett offense is. They're probably sitting there going, hey guys, give us a shot at this.
Yeah. Trying to see if there's a last time an Indian team had 2 interception returns for a touchdown in the same game, and I don't see it on my chart, but it'll be something that gets added. That's what I do, is when something like that happens, I do add it.
Yeah, and that'll be interesting to see if that has happened. I'm sure it's not happened in one quarter. I'll be shocked if it's ever happened in one quarter.
I guess his Graham's probably going to give you a text message in a minute.
I'm sure.
We'll get that information. Here's Thomas. This time kickoff a little bit shorter, but it will still find the end zone by 2 yards. So Thomas 4 for 4 on touchbacks here kicking off, Todd, in the game's first 7 minutes and 39 seconds.
I'd say his legs getting a little tired, Steve. He lost a couple of yards on that one.
So again, William Blount starts at his 20-yard line, 4:21 to go now. And a 21-0 football game. Now, if you're William Blount, kind of got shell-shocked because that first possession, they made some things happen in the throw game with a couple of big passes of 45 yards and 13 yards, and now the last 2 picked off and taken to the house by Dobbins Bennett. So Cortez back in there, tight formation this time. Cortez wants to throw again, rolling right. Will heave it downfield, and that's complete across the 30. I thought that might get picked off. That thing hung up there forever. A 14-yard pass play.
He just found a soft part in that zone, Steve, and it just, when he did get out, nobody was close to him and couldn't get to him.
Ethan Sellers, the catch for 14 yards and a first down for William Blount. So it's 1st and 10 at the 34 for the Governors, going right. Across the 35 to about the 37 goes Cortez on the keeper. Cortez will get
on the quarterback
a penalty marker back at the 31, so let's hold everything. Looks like that's coming back. At the 32 is the penalty marker, apparently, where the official's standing now. He's moving to the 34.
5-yard face mask.
A 5-yard face mask on Dobbins Bennett. So they'll mark it from the 35 to the 40. Cortez gets 1 yard on the rush to the 35. A DB penalty of 5 yards to the 40, and it remains first down, 1st and 4.
Steve, a score of interest, the one that we're definitely watching is that Science Hill Jefferson County game. Started the second quarter, Science Hill's up 7-0.
Cortez wants to throw. Under pressure, there's a hold.
Yep.
And now a pass downfield is incomplete. He was almost out of bounds when he threw that over there.
He had to give you an idea. Be glad that they were out of bounds because Dakari Dixon come up with it.
So it is incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 4 from the 40 for the Governors. Cortez, here comes the Indian blitz. Cortez throws the other way, and it's in and out of the hands of the receiver over there. They're looking to get it to Clark, but on the blitz from the left side, Tony Simpson right in there forces the quick pass, incomplete.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I think he just felt pressure, Steve, on that backside. We were bringing pressure, and he got rid of it really, really quick and didn't step into it.
So it's 3rd and 4 from the 40 now. Klein back in there and running back for the Governors. Walker split out here to the left along with Clark.
DB showing pressure again.
They give the ball off going right to Klein, I believe, and they'll say he got 2 yards. Is it Klein? Yep, Klein.
Yep. I'll tell you what you're seeing, Steve, is Dobbins Bennett basically after that first series now they play a little soft zone, just kind of getting a feel for it. Since then, Steve, it's almost like a cover 0. I mean, we're playing man-to-man out on the outsides with no help over the top and just putting 7, 8 guys in the box.
4th and 2. William Blount from its 42 going for it again. High snap. Handoff coming left. They'll have a first down. Klein to the 45-yard line, 3 yards for Klein.
Great second effort by Klein. I'll tell you what, I thought that Myers had an opportunity to stop him short of the first down, but just kind of ran through that to get that second effort for the move the change for the Governors.
2:20 to go first quarter. William Blount, new set of downs here, but Dobbins Bennett leading 21-0. Indians have had only one offensive possession in the game, Todd. Scored on an 81-yard drive. Only 5 offensive plays in the first quarter. They lead it by 21. Straight up the middle, a handoff. Across the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard there for the running back, T.J. Pierce.
Well, with this football team this year, Steve, if you'd have told me that our defense has been the offense, I'd had to probably tell you his line to me.
2nd and 9 for the Governors.
And the thing about it is I'm looking at our big guys up front. They're getting a little winded because with the 2 pick six, they've not been able to get off the field.
Well, let's see. Governors have run 20 plays in the first quarter to Dobbins Bennett's 5. 2nd and 9. Brooks in motion going out right. Quarterback draw. Cortez nowhere to go.
Matter of fact, I thought he lost the yard. We'll see where they mark it.
They mark him at the 43. That would be a loss of 2.
Stop made by a host of Indians.
Loss of 3, actually.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Loss of 3 was 2nd and 9, so a loss of 3.
So Cortez loses 3 on the rush. Back to the 43. And it's 3rd down and 12 for William Blount. Cortez, shotgun formation. Delayed blitz. Cortez runs into his own blocker. Being chased by Carswell. Just throws it up for grabs. I think it was intercepted. Dobbins Bennett got another pickoff. That time it's Dakari Dixon. Dixon at the Indian 45.
1st and 10 Indians.
Where are they taking? I tell you what, another pressure, and I really thought that watching the replay here, he kind of got in a grasp and felt like he was going to get sacked and just threw it up, and Dakari Dixon came back and dove for it. Looked like it was a clean pick, Steve. And another interception here in the first quarter with 32 seconds left. 3 interceptions in the first quarter. That's something that would be next level if you can figure out when's the last time if that's ever happened.
I don't know about the first quarter. I know been recently Indians had 5 interceptions by 5 different players in a football game. So Carson back out there at quarterback again. Low snap. Carson looking to throw and overthrew Gillespie at about the 45.
Yeah, I think the low snap, he had to kind of pick that one up off the ground and just kind of broke his the timing and the rhythm and just let that one sell a little bit. See, we not got to really talk about it. If you're watching on live stream and we talk about what Wesley and them bring to it, another level, you have to enjoy the graphics of the score and time and everything. Just another level that Wesley has brought to the live stream.
You think that logo right there that says ESPN Tri-Cities is ESPN TV?
Yeah. True.
Carson, the throw, complete out here to Russell at the 45. Russell trying to get a block, 45. Russell still on his feet, 40. Russell, 35. Crisscrossing across the field, 30. 25-20 penalty markers down, however. Russell's going to take it all the way for the touchdown. There's a marker back here at the 34-yard line.
Probably going to be some kind of block in the bike or something there. We'll have to see.
What a run.
It was a run. And I'm going to say number 52 for William Blount is down injured. That would be Caleb Hatcher. But we'll see what the penalty is here, Steve.
Illegal block in the back, 64, offense. Replay second down.
Walking the back by the offense, but what happens with a run like that? I mean, he danced, he scooted, come back across the field twice and everything else. Sometimes that block in the back or something like that happens in that situation. You can't do it, but you did. But what a run by him.
The block in the back comes at the 34-yard line. So officially it's a 21-yard pickup. The penalty takes it back to the 44-yard line. It's still a Select 7 Credit Union first down for Dobbins Bennett at the William Blount 44-yard line.
And Hatcher for William Blount is walking off on his own power, but very gingerly.
See if the clock starts here, Todd, to set for play. If it does, that may be the final play of the first quarter.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see. I think they're see if they wind it up right here. For some reason, they're acting like it's a timeout. I mean, the off, they're going to give Dobbins an opportunity to get out, but the way Dobbins is running out to the field, they want to try to get another snap off here.
I mean, they can if they want to. The clock does not wind. I'm not sure why.
Should have.
I don't know. Anyway, so Indians have it 1st and 10 at the 44. Carson hands to Brooks, straight up the middle. Brooks breaks a tackle. Brooks breaks another tackle. Running over Governors all the way down to about the 20-yard line goes Peyton Brooks. So Brooks takes it 24 yards. It'll be another Select 7 Credit Union first down for Dobbins Bennett at the 20 when we return, as the first quarter is in the books. Score at the end of 1, Dobbins Bennett 21, William Blount nothing. We're back in 60 seconds on ESPN Tri-Cities.
East Tennessee State University provides personalized, innovative, and hands-on learning opportunities. At ETSU, your education is more than just textbooks and lectures. The world is your classroom thanks to experiential learning opportunities filled with real-world value. Students and alumni have earned prestigious internships and jobs at Disney, Google, and Hollywood blockbuster companies, helping you go from enrolled to employed. That's the ETSU Edge. Join us at etsu.edu/edge.
Different name with the same great services. The leading insurance agency in downtown Kingsport has changed its name to Grid Insurance Services, but everything else remains the same. The Grid Insurance Services provides property and casualty insurance, employee benefits, life and pension plans, financial services, and specialty insurance programs. They partner up with the best insurance companies around the world to provide all types of coverage. Visit Steve Hartwell's sales team at 433 East Center Street in downtown Kingsport. The Grid Insurance Services.
Now back to Ingles High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
One to the right is Russell. Carson looking right, throws it to Russell to 10. Russell spins away, breaks the tackle. Russell still on his feet, spins forward, and maybe fumbled the football.
He did fumble the football. And it
goes to William Blount. Fumbled the football at the 5-yard line. And William Blount comes up with it.
Just a lot of effort of him trying to get into the end zone. You know, he had a couple of guys on him, kept fighting. That sometimes maybe you ought to just try to go down and get the next play. Gets a spin there. Breaks, well, that's when number 2 gets a hold of him. Kind of sets him up. He started losing the ball there. That was J.T. Pierce kind of wrapped him up and didn't have a good hold of it. They just punched it out.
So with 11:50 to go here in the first half, William Blount on the turnover takes over at its own 5-yard line. And then have Eli Smith at defensive tackle, Browder at defensive end. Standing over there at defensive end is Cooper Martin as well. Here's Cortez wanting to throw. That ball is picked off again. Dobbins Bennett's going to take it into the end zone for another touchdown. That's Gillespie who picks it off for the Dobbins Bennett touchdown.
I tell you what, Steve, I saw that all the way. They went with a big package with a single back. Looked like they were just going to try to run, get it out of the back of their end zone. Play action pass, and Gillespie actually, I think, just kind of suckered him into that, kind of bit on that, gave him a little space and just jumped that route. And another pick 6 by this Dobbins Bennett Indians defense.
I dare say there's never been 3 before.
Not that I never know of.
Thomas to attempt the extra point. That extra point is up and good. 11:42 to go here in the first half. And Dobbins Bennett leads William Blount 28-0. We're back in 60 seconds on ESPN Tri-Cities.
I'm Bob Childers with Hamlet Films. When high school football began in this community, back in 1921, it played a little different. Players were not required to wear headgear, and teams sometimes used a single team formation, in addition to the basic T formation that is used today. In 1921, Hamlet Dobson was providing quality service to local families. The rules of that game will never change. Hamlet Dobson Funeral Homes, family owned and operated since 1960.
Max Medicine Mart offers an array of different services, friendly and experienced pharmacists and staff to make your visit quick and easy. With drive-through for your convenience, you can get your immunization or vaccination with a full line of medical equipment for purchase or rent. We offer Good Foods Grocery for healthy food options. Unique Boutique has stylish apparel and accessories. Come see us today and score big with Max Medicine Mart.
Now back to Ingalls High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
Personal foul, face mask, 79, defense. Results of the plays, first down.
William Blount, Cortez. The handoff. Again, that was Grizzle, I think, on the tackle. He blasted the running back. I think that was Pierce that got the ball. And that was Klein.
For the Indians.
Klein got 2 yards.
79, Tyler Grizzle.
It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. And Blount playing somewhat fast.
Yeah.
Indians intercepted 5 passes last year against Morristown East in a game by 5 different players. 4 here tonight. Here's the pitch to Brooks. Well designed play by William Blount. Brooks across the 40 to the 45 out to midfield into Tribe territory at the 49. They pick up 12 yards. Another first down for William Blount.
But Brooks almost come from, I think it was like a slot position. Faked the handoff and kind of pitched it around to him almost like a reverse. Big game for the Governors.
So it's 1st and 10. William Blount at the 49, trailing 28-0 here. High snap. Cortez has it. Fakes the handoff. Keeps 45-40. 35 down to about the 30-yard line goes Cortez.
Cortez on the quarterback keep.
They're going to mark him at the 31. Maybe a pickup of 18 and another first down for William Blount.
Yeah, I think if you're the Indians right now, you have to sell out on the runs, and because I just don't see them throwing the football a lot.
1st and 10. William Blount going quickly here, at least lining up quickly. In the 20 formation here with 2 receivers left, 1 right. Hard count, and Dobbins Bennett jumps. It'll be a 5-yard mark off on the Indians.
Yeah, if you want to talk about Dobbins Bennett and their penalties, that's been their worst. Is this defensive line just wait? I want to watch them jump on that bite on the hard count instead of waiting on the ball to be snapped.
1st and 5 now from the 26. Cortez gives to Klein up the middle, tripped up. I think that was Browder who tripped him up right at the 25, and he fell forward down to about the 22.
Klein on the carry.
Browder got a big arm on him and got him tripped up. If not, he'd probably saved a touchdown right there.
2nd down and 1 for William Blount. 9:30 to go first half. 28-0 Dobbins Bennett. Again, 20 formation. 20 personnel. High snap through the hands of Cortez, and he's just going to have to eat it. All the way back at about the 37-yard line. Mark it at the 36. That'll be a team rush. Team rush of minus 14 yards.
Steve, here early in this game, there's already some substitutions, and maybe that's one of the reasons why we got to make some adjustments or having some success. Eli Wallace is in there, and George Evans both are in there at linebacker.
George, I didn't even think might play tonight.
Make sure I was read the number right.
I think you did.
Yep.
Went from 2nd and 1 to 3rd and 15. And now Cortez wants to throw. Cortez will not throw. He will scramble. He gets to the 30 and then will step out of bounds. Cortez gets inside the 30.
Cortez on the keep.
At the 26. That's a pickup of 10 on the scramble by Cortez. And a manageable 4th down now for William Blount.
So it's good to see Evans out there, but like I said, so you're giving Myers, you're giving your 2 leading tacklers right now, they're getting a break on the sideline, and Myers and Brent Carswell.
Yep. To be the 3rd 4th down attempt of the game for William Blount. They are 2 for 2 on 4th down conversions. 20 personnel again, 2 wideouts to the left. They've got wideouts. Sorry, Josh Hoppus line up there.
It does.
There's a handoff in the backfield. Trying to decide what to do with it. Cortez either to keep it or give it to Brooks.
Brooks on the carry.
Frankly, Todd, there was not a good option.
Well, there's not, and you got to make a decision. When it's 8 up like that, you got to make a quick decision, and Dobbins Bennett to give him an opportunity to read anything, and big stop on 4th down by this Dobbins Bennett Indian team, and Steve, but that's good to see. One, getting some of the second guys in there. But it's really good to see George Evans. He's been out a few weeks with some back stuff going on, and it's good to see him in the game.
So Dobbins Bennett gets the football on the turnover on downs with 8:21 to go in the first quarter, leading here 28-0. Here's Jake Carson. This is just the third series for the Tribe offensively. Carson wants to throw across the middle, looking for the tight end, running up the seam, was wide open, but he wasn't looking for the
football. I don't know what he was thinking there. Carson saw that he was open early and kind of laid it right there at his hands, and he just wasn't expecting it.
Was looking there for Mullins, and Mullins was actually looking towards the outside receiver, thinking the ball was going over there. So it's second down. Mullins, if Mullins is able to catch that, he might have scored.
Yeah.
He was that wide open.
He was that wide open.
Tight formation this time for Dobbins Bennett. Running back in there is Peyton Franklin. Dixon now will scoot across the line of scrimmage to the right. Give to Franklin, straight up the middle. Franklin with running room, just tripped up. Might have tripped over his own blocker, Franklin, as he gets to the 34-yard line. It's the 8-yard carries, the worst of the night for Dobbins.
On the carry for the Indians.
And I think you are right, Steve. I think it's the second time that one of our running backs has actually run over one of their own blockers, but they're just running so hard up the field. And I mean, they're not looking for holes. They're looking just to be running up the middle and running over somebody.
3rd and 2. And now William Blount has jumped offside on the hard count. That would be a Select 7 Credit Union first down for Dobbins Bennett via penalty.
Give for Dobbins Bennett. Reset downs and go back to work.
1st and 10 at the 39. 7:37 to go here in the second quarter. Indians on top 28-0. You're just joining us. Dobbins Bennett has 4 interceptions in the first half, 3 of which have been returned for touchdowns, 2 by Jonathan Gillespie, 1 by Branson Carswell. The give to Franklin up middle, all kinds of running room. Franklin midfield. Franklin hit at the 45 and still on his feet and muscles his way down to about the 43. Mark it at the 42. 19 yards for Franklin, another Select 7 Credit Union first down for the Tribe.
Yeah, but he might get a little kid in film room there because Ryder Brown was running with him stride for about 10 yards.
It's almost these running backs are getting so quickly into space that they're almost like trying to look for somebody to run over.
They are, and Ryder Brown was running down beside him trying to find somebody to block.
1st and 10 at the William Blount 42. Blount scrambling all over the place, trying to get lined up on defense. They've got 6 right there on the line of scrimmage, 8 in the box. Carson will throw it. Carson across the middle. Wide open is Dixon at the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Dobbins Bennett.
Yeah, and that's a great job by Dobbins Bennett and a great call. We've had so much success on the run that basically you called it. William Blount loaded up the box, had every man on there, had single coverage on the outside. We picked up the blitz. Carson hits a streaking Dixon across the middle of the field, and he took it home from there.
Extra point attempt by Thomas is up. That extra point attempt is good. New score with 6:31 to go first half is Dobbins Bennett 35 and William Blount nothing. We're back in 60 seconds on ESPN Tri-Cities.
Life can be a lot sometimes, but at Holston Medical Group, our primary care providers are here through it all. Whether it be a routine checkup or something unexpected. Because at HMG, we're here for you through every stage of life with the best primary care and support. Whether it's you or the people you love most, choose HMG, your health partner for life. Now accepting new patients. Call 877-464-1213.
Want a good laugh? Watch those funny insurance ads on TV. Want seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance? Come to Jenkins Insurance Group in Kingsport, an independent Erie insurance agent. See for yourself why more than 90% of Erie customers stay with Erie year after year. Call Call Jenkins Insurance Group for a quote today. 245-ERIE. That's 245-3743.
Now back to Ingles High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
All right, welcome back to J. Fred Johnson Stadium. Dobbins Bennett. A 5-play, 74-yard drive in 1 minute and 50 seconds. And Dobbins Bennett increases its lead to 35-0 over William Blount. Todd Thomas to kick off, Todd, for a 6th time already here this evening.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I mean, we thought we'd get some offense, Steve. We just didn't know we was going to get it from a part of it from the defense.
And now
we've got a coach or something.
I didn't know better. That looked like Frankie DeBusk.
It is Frankie DeBusk.
Walking across the field, Coach Christian is out on the field as well. Coach DeBusk out over to have a word, I guess. I have no idea.
I don't either.
Nothing else really looks out of the ordinary,
no,
from what I can tell. And so we're going to have a kickoff. So Todd Thomas will approach, and Thomas boots it, and Thomas will be 6 for 6. The last two have been returnable, but William Blount just kind of said, you know what? It's going to hit about the 1 or 2 yard line. We're just going to let it roll right in there.
We're just going to let it roll in there and take it on the 20.
So William Blount on the 20-yard line, 6:31 to go here again. It's 35-0 Dobbins Bennett. Indians in the football game have had 7 passes and 6 rushes, only 13 plays for Dobbins Bennett. Scored on 2 possessions, fumbled at the 5 on another. 20 personnel here for William Blount. Quarterback Cortez gives to Klein going left. Klein across the left side will pick up about 4. Tackle there made by Dobbins Bennett's Eli Wallace. So Klein a 4-yard pickup on first down.
Still has that second team linebacker core in, which is really kind of, I guess, second team you've got with George Evans in at safety. It moved play.
Here's Cortez, the pitch to Brooks through his hands. Brooks back inside his own 20, all the way back at the 15-yard line. So Brooks, 9-yard loss on the play. Actually, that would be a fumble charge to the quarterback. And so for that will be a 9-yard loss charge to Cortez, correct, Todd?
Yes, it will. And Evans sniffed that out. He was coming that hard and maybe try to get a fumble recovery. Big loss for William Blount.
All the way back to the 15, 3rd down and 15 now for Dobbins Bennett. Cortez fakes to Brooks, wants to run, and is tackled back at the 11-yard line this time. Loses 4 more yards. Tackle made there by Grizzle, the freshman.
Eli Depew's in the game as well, and I'll tell you what, he's lucky we didn't get a personal foul there on a late hit on the quarterback. I mean, effort, but once he's down, you got to be careful not finishing it off. And some of the older players are kind of talking to him, said, we know you're excited. But you got to be careful doing that.
So Dobbins Bennett forces the first punt of the game. William Blount will punt from its own 11. Back deep for the Tribe is Gillespie. I think Gillespie needs to step up a step or 2. Here's the punt. Goes straight up. Actually needs to step up a number of steps, as that thing is going to bounce at about the 28 and go out of bounds. That was some kind of slow delivery by the punter.
Yeah.
Man, here's scouting William Blount. That's a blockable punt. It will go 21 yards, and Dobbins Bennett will have it at the William Blount 32.
And we might have found the threshold for them to punt. 4th and 19 on your left.
Yeah. 35-0. Dobbins Bennett leading. 4:31 to go here in quarter number 2. See what Dobbins Bennett does here. Carson will come back out. Brooks will be the running back.
or Kingsport Fire Department. They've been pulled in here to watch the ball game, and every time they backed in, they've had to go on the call.
Brooks in the pistol formation behind Carson in the tight formation. They fake to Brooks. Carson rolling. Carson going to take it down. Here's Dixon. Dixon to the 10 to the 5 and just can't quite maintain his balance. He will step out of bounds at the 7-yard line. They select 7 Credit Union first down for Dobbins-Bennett, a pickup of 25 from Carson to Dixon.
Yeah, I tell you what, Carson had all time in the world and saw Dixon out of the backfield and just kind of missed him just a little bit, floated it a little bit too much. And but Dixon did get his hands on it, just kind of behind him a little bit. Like you said, Steve, once he corralled it, tried to get turned back around, he was already going out of bounds.
Actually a gain of 20, by the way, at the 12. So 1st and 10 Indians at the 12. Brooks stays in there at running back. Dixon now 3 catches, 66 yards on the night. Fake to Brooks, pass complete to Dixon. Dixon to the 5, and he's going to be inside the 5 to about the 4. Carson to Dixon.
Well, Steve, you know we have post-game awards in the game. I know it's just halftime, but something to think about. Have we ever named an offensive player of the game on the defensive side?
Not yet. 2nd and 2 at the 4. Clock rolling. Just inside 4 minutes to go here in the first half.
So Dobbins-Bennett's going to go into the big I formation.
Yep, Carswell, the fullback. Myers, the tailback. It's the give to Myers. Myers just straight up the middle. I mean, that's just absolutely untouched. On the ground, a pancake block there by Christopher Harris of William Blount's defensive lineman William Best. And Myers walks in from 4 yards out for the Dobbins-Bennett touchdown.
Yeah, it looks easy. I mean, that almost looked like warm-ups.
Thomas to attempt the extra point. Extra point by Thomas is up and good. 3:40 to go first half. Dobbins-Bennett 42, William Blount nothing. Back in 60 seconds on ESPN Tri-Cities.
Good for 20 yards.
High school game coverage is brought to you by Citizens Bank, a local community bank focused on success in the areas they serve. Whether it's managing household finances, purchasing a home, or obtaining resources for your business, Citizens Bank has experts ready to provide a helping hand. Find out more about the Citizens Bank Local Advantage by visiting citizensbank24.com today. Bank your own way. Citizens Bank, equal housing lender member FDIC.
Whether you're looking for more power or you simply want to blow the competition away, come to Jeff's Pipe and Muffler in Kingsport. Jeff's Pipe and Muffler specializes in custom exhaust systems, Flowmaster, Joule exhaust, MagnaFlow exhaust, manifolds, oil changes, brakes, and automotive repair. To unleash your engine's beats, come to Jeff's Pipe and Muffler. No appointment needed. We can hear you coming. That's Jeff's Pipe and Muffler, 817 East Sullivan Street, Kingsport. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30. Now back to Eagles High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
As the ball just kind of stopped there, they're going to get Dobbins-Bennett for a personal foul. And that's ridiculous. I mean, I know it's 42-0. I shouldn't be complaining, but
it is. But I mean, you've got to let that ball play out. I mean, I get it, but you're talking about on the kickoff. He's running
that ball,
full
personal
speed.
foul, defense, first down.
He gets the ball and downs it right when you get there.
Right when you get there. And he didn't even down it. What he was doing was trying to cover it. And you're running full speed. I mean, that would be like somebody trying to go after a fumble, and he gets there before you do.
Anyway, that marks the ball out to the 17. where William Blount will have it with still 3:40 to go here in the first half. Been kind of a long first half.
A lot of scoring.
A lot of scoring. A lot of kickoffs. Now some penalties. 20 personnel again. Now Klein goes out left. Cortez wants to throw. Kicks it over here to Klein. Klein trying to make a move. Breaks one tackle, not a second, as Kolbacki, the linebacker, comes up to clean him up after a no gain on the pass completion to Klein.
Dayton Kolbacki on the tackle.
A bit more conservative on their pass attempts now, Todd. Not exactly going downfield, are they?
No, and I'll tell you, now we've got second team defensive backs in there as well now.
They give to Klein across the left side. Klein will get 2. Tackled there by the Indian defensive line.
William Blount's trying to get chippy, all of a sudden down 42-0.
Third down and 8. Tackle there, I think underneath for Dobbins Bennett was now we've got a timeout. Anyway, for Dobbins Bennett, I think was that Pruitt?
I think it was.
Looks like he's playing defensive end.
Yeah, like I said, there's a whole lot of wholesale changes on the defense. Matter of fact, I was trying to see maybe unless there's an interior lineman, maybe the only starter out there right now is Mullins, and he's actually in a linebacker position, not where he started at safety.
The timeout on the field by whom? Who called timeout, Todd?
William Blount.
Blount called timeout. I think that's their second timeout called of the first half, so it's 42-0 here at J. Fred Johnson Stadium with 2:34 to go here in the first half. It's been all Indians. 3 offensive, 3 defensive touchdowns for Dobbins Bennett.
Yeah, I mean, they've come out after a bye week. They knew what William Blount had a struggle year, but they've come out with a lot of intensity, making plays all over the field, and really trying to get this ball game basically out of reach right off the bat.
I think they did that. 3rd and 8 from the 19. Shotgun formation for Cortez and that 20 personnel, although Brooks now in motion. Cortez wants to throw, and that pass is intercepted by Dobbins Bennett at the 25 to the 20. Inside the 20 on the interception, Jai Carnes. And Indians 5 interceptions now in the first half.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was huge. He jumps that slant route. I mean, the quarterback had a little time, but jumps the route, gets the interception. Wow, another interception by Dobbins Bennett.
So the Indians take over with 2:24 to go in the first half. Dobbins Bennett will have it at the 17, 1st down and 10. Dixon's got an interception. Gillespie has 2. Carswell 1, and now Carnes 1. And Dobbins Bennett matches its 5 interception game against Morristown East from last year, and they do it in 1 half. So on to quarterback for Dobbins Bennett is Noah Blankenship. Blankenship, the quarterback. Mullins in motion now, settles at the H-back to the left. Joe Bennett, running back, pass incomplete, trying to get over to Pruitt.
Pruitt's got to make that catch. The young sophomore, I mean, it's a little low, but it's where you got to make that play.
So it brings up 2nd down from the 17.
Why does the clock keep running?
That I don't know. It was incomplete. Anyway, the Dobbins Bennett running back is Hayden Job. Job has it going left, and Job to the 10, to the 5. Job still on his feet, running through defenders, and Job is in to the end zone. Touchdown, Dobbins Bennett. Job, a 17-yard touchdown run.
And we'll talk to Coach Christian at halftime. I tell you what, a lot of second-string guys in there, Steve, and this bunch expects them to perform when they put them in. And I tell you what, that running game right there just looked just like the running game with the starters in it.
Indians have had rushes of 22, 44, 11, 8, 19, 24, 17, and 4 yards. Extra point attempt by Titan Thomas is up and good. Your new score with 1:38 to go in the first half. Dobbins Bennett 49 and William Blount nothing. We're back in 60 seconds on ESPN Tri-Cities.
This is TC Baker, the trade-in man for Wallace Volkswagen in Bristol and Wallace Volkswagen in Johnson City. By now, you've heard the news. Used cars are fetching historic values. So we'll take any trade in any condition, even if it's not paid off. High mileage, cosmetic issues, that's okay. Rusted, busted, can't be trusted. All trade-ins are welcome. So come see me, TC Baker, today at Wallace Volkswagen on the Volunteer Parkway in Bristol and at Wallace Volkswagen on the corner of Oakland Avenue and Bristol Highway in beautiful Johnson City. Negative trade equity financed in new loan. Subject to lender approval. Expires month end.
Want a good laugh? Watch those funny insurance ads on TV. Want serious good auto, home, business, or life insurance? Come to Kids Insurance in Kingsport, an independent Erie insurance agent. See for yourself why more than 90% of Erie customers stay with Erie year after year. Call Jenkins Insurance Group for a quote today. 423-245-ERIE. That's 245-3743.
Now back to Ingles High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
All right, welcome back to J. Fred Johnson Stadium. Dobbins Bennett, a two-play 17-yard drive off the fifth interception of William Blount. And here's Titan Thomas. Kickoff will be taken at the 8-yard line by Blount. Trying to get outside, pushed out of bounds over there by Cannon Mullins. And William Blount will have it at the 16-yard line.
A lot of new jerseys coming in for Dobbins Bennett here with 1:33 left at the half on defense, Steve. Have to look and see what the numbers are when they make a play.
1:33 to go. William Blount back at actually they marked it at the 16-yard line. 8-yard return.
Look at this. Wow.
That's awesome, dude.
Coach Poor.
Are you going to be up here during halftime? Good. I want to get a picture with you, okay? Appreciate that. 1:33. Here's the give up the middle for about 3 yards. 4 yards make it by Klein.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Wilmoth was just handed his state championship ring.
I'm speechless. That doesn't happen often.
Oh.
2nd down and 6. I didn't open the box yet, but I'm going to here in a minute.
I don't blame you.
2nd down and 6. William Blount back there. We're back to that 20 personnel with Klein and Brooks. The quarterback, Cortez, has gone all the way. Inside a minute to go here at the first half. Here's the give to Klein. Klein across the 20 nears first down yardage. They will mark him short at the 25. It'll be 3rd and 1.
The back heel on the stop.
Klein's carried 8 times for 26 yards. He's carried more than any other besides the quarterback, Cortez.
Eli Wallace kind of in there to help clean that up.
So it's 3rd and 1 for the Governors. Play clock. Where's the play clock?
It's over there. Well, it's off. They must be having play clock problems.
Here's the give to Brooks. Brooks will be across the 25 to the 28. It'll be a 3-yard pickup and a first down for William Blount.
I don't think they're having play clock problems, Steve. What I saw was when I was counting officials on the field with 5 seconds to go before the half, probably not going to get this play off is I don't think we have enough officials to run the play clock.
Yep. That'll be the end of the first half. Your score, Dobbins Bennett 49, William Blount nothing. We're back in 2 minutes with halftime activities right here on ESPN Tri-Cities.
The doctors at Appalachian Orthopedics know that unexpected injuries happen, and
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2022 football homecoming at Dobyns-Bennett High School. Please direct your attention to the Indian head on the track at the 50-yard line, where the homecoming court and their escorts are making their entrance. When the court reaches the field, they'll be presented a rose by Vice President Selma Iva. Orina May Adu-Radija. Daughter of Frederick and Chunchi Adu-Radija. Escorted by Camden Elliott, son of Nicholas and Christy Elliott. Driven this evening by Nicholas Elliott. Orinami is the senior class president and has participated in student council throughout high school. She's a member of HOSHA Beta Club, All Booked Club, the Environmental Club, and the World Language Club. She participates in chamber choir, overtone a cappella, and competition band, and was the recipient of the College Board National African American Recognition Award. Orinami Adu-Radija. Emma Davis, daughter of Dr. Josh and Wendy Davis, escorted by Ryan True, son of Dr. Andy and Annette True, driven this evening by Dr. Josh Davis. Emma is a member of Beta Club, National Honor Society, and HOSA. She's a varsity cheerleader and has been named the All-American cheerleader for 3 years. Emma Davis. Maddie Gamble, daughter of Ben and Nancy Gamble, escorted by J.T. Griswold, son of Brad and Robin Griswold, driven this evening by Ben Gamble. Maddie is a member of Beta Club, the Sub-Debs Social Club, and the National Honor Society. She pole vaults for the Dobbins-Bennett track team and works with the Sparkle Squad. Maddie Gamble. Molly Miller, daughter of Marshall and Christine Miller, escorted by John Mark Beach, son of Eric and Becky Beach, driven this evening by Marshall Miller. Molly is a member of the Beta Club, the National Honor Society, HOSA, and the Halos Social Club. She also sings for the Dobbins-Bennett Concert Choir. Miss Molly Miller. Taylor Rican, daughter of Heather and David Dooley, escorted by Malachi Ziers, son of James and Rachel Ziers. Driven this evening by David Dooley. Taylor is a member of the Beta Club, the National Honor Society, the Environmental Club, and the Key Club. She's also a communications intern at the Kingsport Administrative Support Center and plays soccer for the Lady Indians. Taylor Rican. Ladies and gentlemen, please help us welcome back our 2021 homecoming queen, Kate Dixon. Kate Dixon now attends school at the University of Kentucky. On behalf of the administration, faculty, and students of Dobbins Bennett, I would like to present your 2022 football homecoming court and your student-voted homecoming queen, Oranime Aduro-Dija. The Student Council would like to thank Varsity Trophies and Food City for their assistance with tonight's presentation. Bennett Band is invited to present their 2022 competition marching band show tonight. Dobbins Bennett show is entitled Candy, and includes music from Leonard Bernstein's opera of the same name. Dobbins Bennett is proud to present drum majors Ella Halliburton, Ryan Drew, and Kate Towers, and the Dobbins Bennett competition marching band. Regional in Johnson City, where they will compete with fans from across the country. Good luck, Dobbins Bennett band members.
I was looking to get rid of it. Yeah. I mean, that's not his forte. Bring the ball up the court, couldn't find an outlet, went ahead and crossed the timeline looking for somebody, couldn't find one, and finally decided, you know, I'm going to do this on my own, and went against a big 6'9" defender to get the shot around him and get it to go. And so Dobbins Bennett really in the semifinals and the championship game lost big leads and that were forced to overtime. And most of the time, teams that do that don't come out victorious, but Dobbins Bennett did both times, and so that was really, really special.
Well, it really was, and I tell you what, it was fun as a fan to ride that journey with you and your call, and I can tell you it was, we listened to it at work, we listened to it, I was in Nashville in the championship game, and some of that was just, it was incredible, and really appreciate your call and your enthusiasm and bringing that game to life for us on the radio.
Well, it was... for a hack like me, that was certainly a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and there's a lot of people that never would have thought that this old boy would be having a Dobbins Bennett state championship ring. Well, let's put it that way.
That is very, very true. I mean, but you do, and you know, and you know what, Steve? Though, you talk to most people, okay, you get down into the once you get to the state, this area really covers. They support the region. I mean, you know, you get teams that you have your rivals here in the area and everything else, but when it gets down to that state tournament level, you get a lot of different schools pulling for people that they don't any time ever pull for them except to get to that state tournament.
No question. No question.
So I guess what I'm saying is it's pretty neat how East Tennessee, once it gets down to it, they rep East Tennessee.
Absolutely. It was fun down there at the tournament, too. You had Greenville that won the 3A state tournament, and Hampton in single A played very well as well, got to the semifinals. So it was good to see all those East Tennessee basketball teams doing well down at the state tournament.
Yeah, and we're going to try to catch Joey. He's been doing some stuff with asking a couple of questions with the officials and stuff, but we'll...
If I was him, I'd be asking, can we shorten this to about 5-minute quarters?
He's definitely asking something, still working, but I tell you what, course 4, Joey, I'm sure that we're going to see a lot of different faces, and we'll see if we can grab him right here. I think he's working his way towards me.
Yeah.
Coach, real quick, I know there's a lot of things going on and everything else, but when's the last time that your defense was trying to outscore your offense?
But trying every Friday. That's what they were trying. Doing it, I don't recall that ever happening. So, well, what a night by our secondary. You know, they would get their hands on some balls and able to show what you're supposed to do with it when you get your hands on it as well.
Coach, they took the ball, or they got the ball at the first possession. They spread us out. We kind of had some success. Went for it, 4th down and 1 on their own 29. Got it. I will say when you watch the video, we'll just say they got a little help there. You got down here in the red zone. They went for it again, 4th down. You bowed your back. And, I mean, your running game tonight has just been incredible. And you basically ran the football down the field, threw a couple of passes in there, and really just took over the game on the ground.
Yeah, I thought, our offense is I think we had us for maybe 19 plays in the first half. But, our offense was very opportunistic, running the ball there. Even a little bit, in the throwing game and whatnot, but our offensive lines played really well. We said we had to control both line of scrimmages. I think we've done that offensively. There's times defensively, we maybe not. They've been able to run it at times, a few times on us, so we got to certainly work on that.
Well, Steve's going to correct me here, but I think he's got us unofficially running about 18 plays, so they're about 43 plays.
I'd say that's about right.
And so one of the things
we had 19, but they jumped off sides on one of them.
Right.
So
yeah, so 18 plays. And one of the things that we saw as well, too, is back-to-back pick sixes. That left your defense on the field a while. We saw some guys that looked a little gassed.
Good gas, yeah. You're right. That was a long time there. We never took an offensive snap. So, we're going to obviously play a bunch of young kids right now and, try to get out here as healthy as we can.
Well, Coach, you had some second, third stringers in there real quick in the first half, and they come through, and they played well as well.
Absolutely. Proud of them. They played to the standard of the Spears. We just got to keep it up.
We'll see you at the end of the game.
All right.
Thanks, Coach. And I usually say roll tide. He does too, but Steve, I appreciate Joey. I mean, they're ready to kick it off, and he's still talking to us, and we really appreciate what he does for us.
All right. Well, you make your way back up here, my friend.
I will, buddy.
All right, Todd Freeman on the field. And Dobbins-Bennett will get possession, by the way, to start this third quarter. They lead at 49-0. See if any scores have changed for you since we have. Seems like it's been forever today since we had the Nards Automotive scoreboard back there with Jordan. Morristown West leads Cherokee now 33-0. Elizabethton over Volunteer at halftime, 45-0. Science Hill in the third quarter in a tight one with Jeff County, 13-7. Westridge trailing Morristown East at halftime, 19-17. The loser there will not make the playoffs. Westridge will, if they win. Morristown East would still have to win over these William Blount Governors next week to get in. Daniel Boone now has increased its lead at Tennessee out of 14-0. West Green over Unicoi County, 21-10 at halftime. And West Green could take a major step towards the Region 1 3A title. Chucky Doak will have something to say about that as they will play West Green in the final game of the season in 2 weeks, and they lead at 55-0. Here's a short kickoff taken by the Indians at the 34-yard line. And coming up to about the 38-yard line, I believe that was... I want to say it was Job. Maybe instead it was Devin Murdoch. Devin Murdoch on the short kickoff return to the 46-yard line. So Dobbins-Bennett will have it there. The clock will continuously run here in the second half, so this won't take long. Indians start at the 46, 1st and 10. Blankenship will be your quarterback for Dobbins-Bennett. Blankenship, the senior left-hander. Turns and hands off and immediately hit in the backfield is the Indian running back, Brooks. That was Job. Job loses big yardage. He'll lose.
Aiden Job on the carry.
He will lose from the 41 to the 37, 4 yards. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 14. So at the 37, 2nd down and 14. In motion for Dobbins-Bennett, Mason Kirkhoff in the game there. Blankenship wants to throw. Complete out to the right side. Near the original line of scrimmage on the complete pass. Let's see who the receiver was. He got 3 yards. That was Will Hurd on the reception. Blankenship to Hurd for 3.
Will Hurd on the reception for the Indians.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and 11 for Dobbins-Bennett from the 40-yard line. Already 2 minutes gone here in the second half. Also in the game for Dobbins-Bennett. Let's see. Kirkhoff and Hurd out to the right. Down here to the left, I think, is Dustin Freeman for Dobbins-Bennett. Blankenship wants to throw. Pumps. Throws it downfield. Hurd is wide open. Hurd all the way down inside the 30. Breaks the tackle to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Will Hurd. 54 yards from Blankenship to Hurd, and the drive is struck again. That was actually a 60-yard touchdown pass. 60 yards.
On the reception for a 60-yard touchdown.
Extra point attempt by a new Dobbins-Bennett kicker in the game is Ethan Klein. Klein to attempt the extra point. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is not good. Never really got it off the ground, and Klein comes up a little bit gimpy. So the extra point fails, and the score remains with 9:24 to go in the third quarter. Dobyns-Bennett 55, William Blount nothing. Back in 60 seconds on ESPN Tri-Cities.
Want a good laugh? Watch those funny insurance ads on TV. Want seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance? Come to Jenkins Insurance Group in Kingsport, an independent Erie insurance agent. See for yourself why more than 90% of Erie customers stay with Erie year after year. Call Jenkins Insurance Group for a quote today. 423-245-ERIE. That's 245-3743.
The doctors at Appalachian Orthopedics know that unexpected injuries happen, and they are committed to keeping athletes and fans in the game. From Monday to Saturday, patients with acute orthopedic injuries can simply walk into their orthopedic urgent care or same-day treatment. No appointment necessary. Appalachian Orthopedics team at the Bristol Midway and Johnson City locations for specialized care you can trust. Learn more at AppalachianOrthopedics.com.
Now back to Ingalls High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
So Dobbins-Bennett takes the first possession of the second half and marches 59 yards in 4 plays on 3rd and 7. 3rd and 11 make it. A 60-yard touchdown pass from Noah Blankenship to Will Hurd. Blankenship's first touchdown pass of the season, maybe the first career touchdown for Will Hurd. Indians were offside over there.
They saw it. Well, they scored faster than I could get on an elevator and back up here.
So DB on the penalty will have 5 yards marked off, and the Indian that was offside there was just about 5 yards ahead of everybody. So it takes it back to the 35. And the Indians will kick it off. The extra point was missed. That was Klein.
Steve, I can tell you this right now, too. We're up here in our comfortable press box.
Yeah.
It is a little cold out there.
A little chilly, yeah.
More than I thought.
I believe that Dobbins-Bennett will have Grayton Manning here kicking off this time. Manning from the right hash mark.
Gotta get the kicking ball back.
The Indian that was offside was running right beside him, too. So, I mean, Todd, you kind of got to know if you're in front of the kicker that you might be offsides, and he's right next to you.
Yeah, that's not the place you want to be offsides at.
So 8:51 to go in the third quarter. And here's Manning to kick it off. Manning this time boots it downfield. It will be taken at the 10 by Blount, straight up the middle. Across the 20 to the 25, out to the 28-yard line. Is Klein on the return.
And, you know, Steve, I like this. And now we're up 55-0. Clock's running at 8:30. You know, you like to get some of these young guys in more snaps, but what I do like about it is coming out of the bye week and taking care of business and get ready for 2 of your biggest rivalries in your last 2 games.
No question. So let's see if William Blount, they're going to go with the same bunch. Cortez in there at quarterback. Cortez gives it to Klein across the left side. Klein across the 30 to the 31. Pick up of a couple.
And they do have some seniors playing, but I can see why they're still going through ones. I mean, they got a lot of young guys out there, and the only way to get better is to get snaps, and that's the reason why we've got our young guys out there. This is live snaps that you can't reproduce in practice.
Cortez pulls it from Brooks and pitches it back to Klein. Klein catches it off the bounce going left, and he gets out to the 33-yard line. Tackled over there.
Let's say if you're not watching on live streaming, you're listening to us, I have seen better plays drawn up in backyard football. I don't know what he was thinking right there.
3rd down and 6. Trying to get the number of the Indian that made the tackle, but the number was kind of crunched up over there. My apologies. Anyway, 3rd and 6 for William Blount. Handoff to Brooks coming right. Brooks breaking one tackle, submarined as he gets to about the 38-yard line. He's going to be a yard short, Todd, of a first down after 5 yards.
Well, there's no question they're going for it. I don't even have to look over on their sideline. Tell you what, Brooks is a pretty good runner.
Yeah.
I mean, on maybe some more senior-led teams or more experienced teams, he would be really good for them.
6.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Cortez in the 20 personnel on 4th and 1 and gets the Indians to jump again.
That's an easy first down, and that's something that Dobyns-Bennett has had major problems with, Steve, over the course of the season. Now you're the second stringers are in there, and they kind of fall for the same thing.
7th penalty marker of the night for Dobyns-Bennett. William Blount has 2 receivers over on the right side, almost out of bounds. They give it to Brooks coming that way. Brooks turns the corner. Brooks is a physical runner.
Yeah, he is.
He turned that corner and ran right into Dobyns-Bennett's Abram Graves, who forced him out of bounds after pickup of about 5 yards.
34, Abraham Graves.
Very physical, doesn't look real tall, very stout, very broad shoulders. He gets his pad levels low and runs hard.
2nd down and 4. They give to Klein this time going left. Klein across midfield. He'll be tackled at the 47. He's got 5. That'll be a first down for him as well.
Good second effort by him. Kind of got it held up there a couple yards short and just kept driving.
So Klein with 5 yards. Inside Indian territory to the 47. 1st and 10. William Blount. Cortez to Brooks again this time, and Brooks this time runs into Dobyns-Bennett's Christian Oakes over there on the left side. And Oakes slings him down for no gain.
Good job by the defensive end, Oakes. He's playing defensive end and kind of held containment, didn't get caught in, and Brooks had nowhere to go and did a nice job of wrapping him up and getting him to the ground.
2nd and 10 from the Indian 47. Give to Brooks again. Brooks this time met at the 45-yard line, tackled by Trey Wyndham. And somebody associated with Trey Wyndham at Office Depot was the one that handed me my charts yesterday.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Number 9.
I say that was Brooks again.
Yes. And it was.
Brooks, heavy dose of work here.
And he just got a break. He went to the sidelines.
3rd down and 8 from the Indian 45. Cortez high snap, gives it to Klein. Klein going left. He'll get about 3. First met there by Dobyns-Bennett's Parker DeFord.
Another sophomore in there. Now it's about a 4th and 5, Steve. Now, Governors might put the ball in the air this time. They've a lot of running here in this second half for them.
4th and 5 from the 42. Clock still running, 3:34 to go. Cortez keeps it, makes a good fake in the backfield, and he's going to have a first down. Across the 35 to the 34. He'll pick up an 8.
Cortez on the key. Ethan Dietrich on the stop for the Indians.
Ethan Dietrich credited with the stop. Another 4th down conversion for William Blount. That's their 4th down conversion of the football game, according to my book.
Well, we've seen the one punt. Yeah. The punting did not look really good.
Here's the give, this time to T.J. Pierce, who's back in there. And he's slung down, tackled again by DeFord. But Pierce has good yardage. He'll be inside the 30, down to the 27. That's a pickup of 7 for Pierce. Just his 6th carry of the night.
Clock's inside 2:40 now.
This is Pierce again, and Pierce is tripped up. DeFord got in there again. Tripped him up. I'll give him down to the 25. A pickup of 2 for Pierce. 3rd down and 1 now.
More substitutions by the Govs.
Third and 1. Klein and Brooks, the running backs. In motion is Walker. And And the give is to Klein. Going left, Klein will have first down yardage. Needed one, got at least one, maybe two. Nope, said just one. Needed one, got one. Did Klein.
Tell you what, give Brooks credit too, Steve. Even when he doesn't get the ball and he's the lead runner, kind of that fullback position, he goes and finds somebody to block and block hard.
Yeah. 1:30 to go here in the third quarter. In motion again is Walker. Cortez hands to Brooks coming right. Brooks away from one arm tackle down near the 20-yard line, knocked out of bounds. They'll keep the clock rolling. Doesn't matter. It's going to run anyway. Give him the 19. That'll be a 5-yard pickup for Brooks.
Got a flag on the play, Steve.
Oh, didn't see that. It's back here at the 28-yard line. See what they call. They're
holding number 75, offense.
Holding on
Replay
William
first
Blount.
down.
And if that's from the spot of the foul, that's at the 28. It's going to take it all the way back to the 38. That's a 14-yard penalty. Replay first down. Makes it 1st and 24. Just a third penalty of the night on William Blount. To throw is Cortez under pressure, spins away from one, still under pressure, giving more ground. Cortez breaks 2 tackles, breaks a third, still on his feet. Now he's going to wing it downfield. The man is open at the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and tackle. No, not tackled. He breaks a tackle into the end zone for the William Blount touchdown. I believe that was Eli Walker.
Got to do a better job. You got him pinned down back there in the backfield, 20 yards deep, and you got to get him down on the ground, because once it breaks down like that, Steve, somebody's going to be open.
So the pass play of 38 yards to Eli Walker for the touchdown. Walker has 2 receptions for 83 yards now. Extra point attempt is up. And it is good. Made good by Brady Flemings. Flemings the extra point. So with 16.4 seconds to go here in the third quarter, William Blount's on the board. It's 55-7 Dobbins Bennett. Back in 60 seconds on ESPN Tri-Cities.
Medicine Mart offers an array of different services, friendly and experienced pharmacists and staff to make your visit quick and easy. With drive-through for your convenience, you can get your immunization or vaccination with a full line of medical equipment for purchase or rent. We offer good foods grocery or healthy food options. Unique Boutique has stylish apparel and accessories. Come see us today and score big with Max Medicine Mart.
If you need renting from Action Rentals and Sales, we're your one-stop shop for all equipment and tool rental needs in Kingsport, Rogersville, Johnson City, and serving Northeast Tennessee and Gate City. We also sell items including equipment supplies and general tool and safety supplies for both contractors and DIYers. Action Rentals Party Division offers superior event planning. They'll be by your side step by step to help plan your dream wedding, elegant benefits, backyard party. Action Rentals and Sales, 1861 Northeastern Road, Kingsport.
Now back to Eagles High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
So William Blount drives 71 yards. There's another pooch kick by William Blount, taken by Dobbins Bennett at the 26. Up the sideline comes Parker DeFord, and DeFord will be knocked out of bounds across the 35. Let's see where they mark it. Indians will have it where? The 36. That's the end of the third quarter. Take another minute timeout. 55-7. Back in 60 seconds on ESPN Tri-Cities.
Center Street Wealth Management Group has been built around a deep respect for planning. Our commitment is to help you plan effectively, invest wisely, and map a realistic course to your future. Call Senior Financial Advisor Jeff Beckford, Tim Colvin, Greg Taylor, or Natalie Wells at 423-765-1000. We proudly support the Dobbins Bennett football team. Roll Tribe.
Investment products and services were offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, member SIPC. Center Street Wealth Management Group is a separate entity of Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network.
Different name with the same great services. The leading insurance agency in downtown Kingsport has changed its name to McGriff Insurance Services. Everything else remains the same. McGriff Insurance Services provides property and casualty insurance, employee benefits, life and pension plans, financial services, and specialty insurance programs. They partner up with the best insurance companies around the world to provide all types of coverage. Visit Steve Harville's sales team at 433 East Center Street in downtown Kingsport. McGriff Insurance Services.
Now back to Ingles High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
All right, welcome back here to J. Fred Johnson Stadium. Steve Wilma, Todd Freeman here as we start the fourth quarter. Dobbins Bennett leading 55-7. First and 10 innings at the 35. Blankenship back in there at quarterback for Dobbins Bennett. The give to Job. Job with big running room. 40, 45. Job across midfield, running over defenders. Job out to the 49-yard line. Select 7 Credit Union. First down for the Tribe. 16 yards for Job.
Here at Dobbins Bennett, since you've been calling the group of running backs that run as hard as this core group of Dobbins Bennett.
They had just 8 carries and 159 yards in the first half. Job stays in there. First and 10 Tribe at the William Blount 49. Give to Job again, straight up to middle. Not a lot there this time. Just gets his head down and gets 3. Job does. Second down and 7. Job is the leading ball carrier as far as attempts now, Todd. 4 attempts for 32 yards.
And we were talking about how hard they run. You said not much there, and it wasn't. But they get their pads so low and drive so hard that he got 3 yards out of probably a play that probably should have got a yard.
Dylan Murray split out to the left for Dobbins Bennett. The H-back in there I don't have his number. Cooper Reed do have his number. Joe makes a man miss in the backfield, bouncing it outside. Still running across the 40. Inside the 40 down to about the 38-yard line. That'll be another Select 7 Credit Union. First down for the Indians. Job 8 yards, a lot on his own there.
Just another physical run. He kind of got it clogged up in the middle, tries to bring it in the middle, bounces it out, Steve, and just keeps trying to get up the field and gets enough for a first down.
Inside 10 minutes to play here in the game.
About another player or two, Steve. I'm probably going to have to leave you for a minute.
Yeah, I think so. Job stays in there at running back behind Blankenship. Single setback. Blankenship again to Job. Job this time met at the line of scrimmage by Brooks. And actually, they gave Brooks they gave Job a yard, Todd.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, really.
I tell you what, though, that Brooks kid for William Blount, he's a good ball player.
Yeah, he is.
All right, Mr. Willman. Want to
matriculate your way down to the field.
Yeah, I'm going to make my way back down.
Almost wasn't worth coming back up here for, was it?
If I thought about it again, I probably would not have made it back up here.
Second down and 9 for Dobbins Bennett. Inside 9 minutes to go now. About burning off almost a minute per play here. 3 out to the right now. In motion back right to left for the Indians is Jimmy Taylor. He'll settle the H-back to the left. Fakes. Blankenship wants to keep it. 35. Blankenship 30. Blankenship down to about the 26-yard line. That'll be another Select 7 Credit Union first down for Dobbins Bennett. Blankenship on his first carry of the night. Goes from the 39 to the 26. Pickup of, actually the 37 to the 26. Pickup of 11. First and 10 Indians. And their running back that last time was Cameron Marshall. I think he's still there. Marshall, yes, set to the right of Blankenship. Blankenship. High snap, gives to Marshall. Straight up the middle, Marshall. Still on his feet, 20, 15. Down to about the 13 goes Marshall. That another Select 7 Credit Union first down for Dobbins Bennett. Marshall, likely his first varsity carry. He takes it from the 26 to the 13. That's a 13-yard pickup. And the Unions have it first down at that point. 7:20 to go in counting. Actually, that's at the 12-yard line, isn't it? First and 10 at that point. Mitchell 14 yards. Mitchell stays in there. Second stringer offensive line doing a good job. Mitchell trying to find a hole, can't, bounces it outside, cuts it at the 10 to the 5, spinning. Mitchell all the way down to about the 5-yard line. So Mitchell picks up another 7. That'll be second down and 3 for Dobbins Bennett. In there on the offensive line, Colin Shell is a junior. Gabe Throp, a senior in there for Dobbins Bennett. I'll try to get you some other numbers when they line up, but I can see those two. Also in there, Nicholas McVeigh and Sam Hyatt. I think I'm still missing somebody. Anyway, Blankenship. Mitchell still at running back. Second and 3 from the 5. Mitchell straight up the middle is hit at the 5 and tackled as he spins forward. Might give him the 3. There's a penalty marker down on this side of the field. And let's see what that's about.
Illegal formation.
Illegal
offense.
formation, Dobbins Bennett. So that's a 5-yard mark off on the Tribe. Takes it back to the 10-yard line. 8 penalties, 65 yards now on Dobbins Bennett. Makes it second and 8 from the 10. 5:28 to go in the fourth quarter. Second and 8 from the 10. Blankenship with Mitchell back there still. Give to Mitchell, bouncing it outside, evades the defender. He's to the 10, puts his head down, and he's down to about the 8-yard line goes Mitchell.
Demarion Marshall on the carry for the Indians.
Demarion Marshall. Third down and 6 from the 8 now. Indians also have in there Noah Clayball, a sophomore. Along with Jacob Isaacs, a junior on the offensive line. Right there, I've got everybody now. The H-back to the left side is Taylor. Third and 6. Blankenship gives to Marshall. Marshall breaks one tackle, can't break a second. He's down to about the 6 or 7-yard line. I think they'll mark him at the 7, so Marshall will have 1 yard to the 7-yard line.
Steven made it down here.
He made it down here. I can hear you. 4th and 5 from the 7, Todd. Actually, the 6. 4th and 4 from the 6. Clock running, 3:45 to go in the game. See if the Indians put this up in the air on 4th and 4. Keep it on the ground with Marshall. Blankenship to Marshall, straight up the middle. Marshall across the 5 to about the 4, so he'll be a couple of yards short of the first down. And we'll turn it over on downs to William Blount.
There's a flag on the play over here, but I think it's legal procedure, which will be declined.
Probably illegal formation, which is what they were guilty of just a second ago. Yep, they'll decline that penalty. So the ball will be on the 4-yard line. First and 10 for William Blount with 3:03 to go.
I tell you what, Steve, it's a good win. It guarantees you a home game in the playoffs, and you got a lot of guys got to play and get ready for next week.
New quarterback for William Blount. Hands it to Klein. Klein across the 5 to the 15. And the number for William Blount on the quarterback is number 5. And folks, I can't help
Dietrich on the stop for the Indians.
Have any idea who that would be?
About number 3, Steve.
3?
Yes, he's number 3.
Okay, that's Klein. That was the running back, though. That carried it.
Right.
I don't know who the quarterback is.
I don't either.
The first down, nonetheless, for Klein, who's carried 14 times for 50 yards now. Klein again going right across the 15 to about the 20. Klein got 5 more. Brings up 2nd down and 5. Yeah, we don't have a number 5 on our roster, but that's who's running quarterback for William Blount in a hurry-up offense at that. With 1:40 to go in the game. 2nd down and 5, 20 personnel, 2 wide receivers left. Klein gets the carry coming left. Klein drugged down from behind by the shirt tail, slung down at the 24. Making the tackle for Dobbins Bennett was Trey Wyndham. 4-yard pickup for Klein. It'll be a yard short of a first down, however. 3rd and 1. .116 to go. A give to Brooks this time going right. Brooks stops short of a first down. Good play over the Indians as Brooks comes up 1 yard short of a first down, no gain. And they bring up 4th down and 1 for William Blount. No doubt they're going to go for it. Brooks in motion out to the right, and the ball goes by the quarterback all the way back inside the 10, and he will just fall on it. Back there, a team rush all the way back to the 7-yard line. A loss of 17 yards.
Yeah, Steve Sawyer's out there. They're talking to our great athletic director, Frankie DeBus. She was doing a good job carrying it all by yourself.
Yeah. So the loss back to the 7, Todd. And they're just going to let the clock run out. That'll be the end of the game. Change of possessions. You're supposed to stop the clock.
Yeah.
But they will not here, and that's going to do it. On homecoming night here at J. Fred Johnson Stadium, Dobbins Bennett wins it over William Blount. The final score, Dobbins Bennett 55 and William Blount 7. We're back in 2 minutes with the postgame show right here on ESPN Tri-Cities.
It's the only job, and that's why along with pre-checking, online statements, mobile banking, and fast and friendly service. Join our winning team. Visit our Kingsport branch, 1708 East Stone Drive, or online at select7cu.org. We've been serving area families for over 73 years. Select 7 Credit Union, helping you select a brighter future. Proud sponsor of the Dobbins Bennett Indians, federally insured by the NCUA.
Since 1962, East 10 Reynolds has taken care of contractor jobs to home improvements. The highly qualified staff at East 10 Reynolds can get you the right equipment and tools you need to complete any job. Your Bobcat, Steel, and Gravely dealer. Rent it or buy it. East 10 Reynolds. Come see us today in Johnson City. East 10 Reynolds. What you need, when you need it.
Dobyns-Bennett High School game coverage is brought to you by Citizens Bank, a local community bank focused on the success of the areas they serve. Whether it's managing household finances, purchasing a home, or obtaining resources for your business, Citizens Bank has experts ready to provide a helping hand. Find out more about the Citizens Bank local advantage by visiting citizensbank24.com today. Bank your own way. Citizens Bank, equal housing lender member FDIC.
If you've been accused of a crime or face any legal problems and you need a lawyer, there's a number you can call for help. If you're having legal difficulty with family law or you need legal counsel, there's a place for you to turn. Call the experienced law firm of Spivey, King & Spivey at 423-245-4185 for a confidential attorney-client consultation, or go to SpiveyKingandSpiveyLLP.com for more information. Experienced legal counsel is a phone call or mouse click away. Spivey, King & Spivey.
Now back to Eagles High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
All right, welcome back to J. Fred Johnson Stadium. Steve Wilmoth up in the press box. Todd Freeman down on the field. We'll have a word here momentarily with head coach Joey Christian and Todd will break in whenever he needs to. I don't see him down there.
I'm right on the 50, and Joey's over on the 40.
Yeah, I see you.
Being corralled by somebody who, well, anyways.
There you go. So Dobbins Bennett improves, Todd, to 4-0 in region play, guarantees themselves a home first-round playoff game. Also goes to 8-1 on the year. Meanwhile, William Blount, a tough season for the Governors, continue as William Blount slips to 0-4 in region play, 0-8 overall. William Blount next week will host Hardin Valley in its final home game. Likewise, Dobbins Bennett a final home date with longtime rival the Oak Ridge Wildcats in the final non-conference game of the regular season. And so Dobbins Bennett doing its part to set up what could be a winner-take-all Region 1 6A title game in a couple of weeks against Science Hill.
The last time I looked, Steve, Science Hill was up, 13-7 or something to that nature. I hadn't looked in the last little bit, but it is setting it up that. But the biggest thing that we have done, Steve, is we have been able to secure that playoff game. And, you know, we have gone into where Johnson City's kind of been in our situation where they looked like that they were going to have a good shot after beating us.
Here comes Coach, too.
Okay, here we come. Make sure he's not going anywhere else. Make sure he's going to come to me. Yeah, he is. So, and if, Wesley, if you're looking, I'm on the 40-yard line here. If you want to get that. We're on live stream, Coach, so they might want to get us on TV. But me and you both, you want to hold that? I got a headset. I hope they got that beauty correction, too, make our faces look a little bit better. But, Coach, I tell you, you know, you had to come out and take care of business. This game was super important to at least secure at least one home playoff round, and your team come out and responded fast, early, and quickly.
Obviously very pleased with the effort and everything like that. You know, I've been pleased with our effort all year long. Tonight was, was no different. Dadgummit, they get the ball first and get a few first downs, and they're able to kind of move it there a little bit and really hit three vertically. You know, Cannon Mullins was able to hit him and separate him from the ball, but you almost had that at the first of it. The first little bit of the game is like, oh, this is kind of what your worst nightmare, what you were worried about. But we were able to, we got them stopped. We got the ball. Gosh, we just chunked it down the field, and then it turned into the turnover show after that.
Well, Coach, you talked about in the pregame with Steve, you said, we don't have a lot of film on these guys. I mean, and they've changed some things up and everything else. And you talked about how your defense was going to have to just kind of take what you taught them in camp and in practice and learn that. Yeah. And it seemed like, they kind of came out really, really spread you out, found some holes. But what adjustment after that first series?
Well, we weren't getting lined up right. We weren't taking some of that coaching. We weren't leveraging some of the receivers correctly to how we should have been. And then, I think we got that corrected in a hurry, probably in a not so nice way. But we got all that taken care of. And then, like I said, then we were able to, when you have the correct leverage and you're doing things, we was able to get our hands on a few balls there.
We can talk about, and we will, the Gillespie 2 pick six, but I want to go back to the Branson Carswell pick six on the screen. It was a sellout screen. We really bit into it, but Branson did a great job of sniffing that out, dropping back, and picking that ball off.
Well, that's Branson's guy there. We actually brought a little pressure there. We fiddled the back on that. Branson's got, the back came out to Branson's side, so Branson had the back. We call it marrying up the back. So you got to go meet the back in that screen game. And so Branson did a good job of marrying him up, and then they were sliding him left. And so as he had him married up, then he was able to undercut that and make a house call right there.
Coach, we talk about as well too. We've had discussions on the air, off the air, about the running clock, and they went from 35 to 30. But how important was it tonight? You just didn't get some guys in the second half. You got an opportunity to get some guys in that first half, some second string guys, and they really played pretty well for you as well.
Listen, our twos. they got a lot of heart. They got a lot of pride in themselves and their level of play. I thought they, for sure, were able to go in and make a few things happen. And listen, Hayden Jobe, I believe in Hayden Jobe as much as anybody. He's just a kid that does so great. He really stretches the wide zone great, can stick his foot in the ground, and he gets north-south, does such a good job there. And then the line guys that we had in at that time, all those guys obviously as well did do such a good job, were able to understand what we were needing there and things like that. And so, that was obviously, it was good to see those guys come in and have success, not just come in and play, but come in and have success.
Coach, we've talked about the running backs all the way back to preseason, and you talked about how you had 5 or 6 guys can run. Dobbins Bennett, especially since you've been here as an assistant, as a head coach, had some very, very special running backs. Mm-hmm. But have you had a crew that you can put 4 guys in there and run as hard and as physical as each of one of these guys do?
Yeah, man, I don't want to start. Used to ask you to start comparing your kids. Which kid you like better? We've had stables of running backs before, but I really like these guys for sure. I know what you're saying, and we like these guys. Listen, Peyton Franklin just does an unbelievable job. Braden Simpson, golly, just he really pushes the ball down the field and pushes it quickly down the field. And you get Peyton Brooks in, he runs over defenders. He knows his skill set and what he can do, and so. Just like I said all year long, just so proud of those guys, the way they, the way that they play and how hard they play, and that's the way it's supposed to be.
And Coach, defensively wise, we talk about your defensive backs. It looked like you all were playing a lot of man. I mean, you decided that you were going to stop that run. You had a lot of guys. You put pressure on the quarterback, had man, and not just the interceptions, but the technique and the coverage and the responsibilities and what your defensive backs did tonight.
Well, our defensive backs are coached by some unbelievable coaches. Obviously, Teddy Gaines and Dustin Gaines and Jake Mullins. Those guys do such a good job with them. We got guys who understand. We're still without, George was able to play Sunday night, but we're still without Nigel. But those guys really, they understand like I said, all the things you got to do. Put your eyes where it's supposed to be. If you man eyes, play, when you're in man coverage, have man eyes. When you're in zone coverage, have zone eyes. And, they understand that and are getting a better understanding of it all the time. And so really, really just pleased with them. You look at our defense, really we gave up 21 against Greenville. We've given up 14 to 2 other opponents. And really in those opponents, of the 2 that scored 14, 1 each would have been in at the end of the game and kind of mop up detail. And so, our defense has played great all year long.
Well, Coach, you can't say enough about what Jonathan Gillespie brings to this football team and is a special player. But if it takes getting him a state championship basketball ring at the end of the game to get 2 pick sixes, can we do that every night?
Absolutely. We'll buy the rings. We'll buy the rings. So, just what a great kid. Great. Player, man. He obviously, you know that. He started for us for 3 years, so he deserves everything he gets. Just, he obviously makes plays. Has all year. Has for 3 years now. So, really special player.
Coach, you got Oak Ridge coming in next week. It is a non-region game, but it is Oak Ridge, and it's a huge game, but also it gets you kind of ready because, they're going to be coming in. It's Oak Ridge. It's Kingsport. It's going to be almost like a playoff atmosphere the way they're going to bring the intensity in this game before you play Science Hill for the regional championship.
Absolutely. Listen, absolutely. It's Oak Ridge. It's a traditional rival. You talk to some of the old heads that are still around in town, and they would tell you that is the rival of Dobbins Bennett, not Science Hill. So definitely, we talked about R&R several weeks ago. It was going to be region and rivalry games, and next week's not a region game, but it's a rivalry game. And it's not ideal for our schedule to have back-to-back rivalry games to end it with, but that's what we got, and that's where they are. And You know always that Oak Ridge is going to bring a big contingent into J. Fred, and they'll have a very, trust me, I have seen them. I have already scouted them. They will also bring in a very, very, very athletic team that can run like you wouldn't believe. So, we got our work cut out for us next week.
Well, Coach, I tell you what, I know this has been a great win for you. I know you got a lot of film study to do, but I tell you what, it was a good win tonight, Coach.
Oh, yeah, good win for sure. Happy for our team. Like I said, we played hard. We played the way we were supposed to, and couldn't be happier for them.
Well, go enjoy it, because I know how you are, Coach. I know you're going to spend the night enjoying it and then get back to work on next week. But
tomorrow morning, we'll be back at it.
Roll Tribe, Coach.
Roll Tribe.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right.
All right, thank you very much, Todd. Science Hill did hold on and win over Jeff County 21-7, by the way. So that does set up things in 2 weeks. But first order of business is those Oak Ridge Wildcats next week. Todd will be back up here momentarily, and I had a special request. There's the bad boy right there. People have been asking me, can you put it on camera? I'll put it right up there close to the camera. There you go. How's that? All right. That's as much as I'm going to brag about that. Dobbins Bennett wins it by the count of 55-7. Let's go ahead and get you some numbers here for Dobbins Bennett. 16 first downs for the Indians, 16 first down for the Governors by my count. Dobbins Bennett rushes 19 times for 211 yards. William Blount rushes 47 times for 106 yards. William Blount completes 5 of 14 passes for 110 yards. Dobbins Bennett 8 out of 12 for 173. So Dobbins Bennett only runs 31 offensive plays but gains 384 total yards. Meanwhile, for William Blount, 61 plays, and the Governors gain 216 yards. Individual numbers for William Blount: T.J. Pierce, 7 carries, 11 yards. Brooks, 12 carries, 36 yards. Cortez, the quarterback, kept 9 times for 31. And Klein, the freshman, goes 8 carries for 26 yards. For Dobbins Bennett, Braden Simpson, 2 carries, 66. Peyton Franklin, 3 for 38. Hayden Jobe, 6 for 41. 1 for 11 for Blankenship. 1 for 24 for Brooks. 1 for 4 for Myers and a touchdown, and 5 carries, 27 yards for the youngster, the sophomore Cameron Marshall, who came in there late. Dakari Dixon had 4 receptions for 74 yards for Dobbins Bennett and a touchdown. Hayden Russell, 2 receptions for 36 yards. Eli Walker scored William Blount's only touchdown. That came on a 38-yard touchdown pass. He had 2 receptions for 83 yards for William Blount. Penalty-wise, Dobbins Bennett 8 for 65. It's a lot, but it's still under their average. And William Blount 3 for 24. Dobbins Bennett fumbled once. It was their only turnover of the game. William Blount fumbled 3 times, twice on bad snaps, did not lose any of them, but did throw 5 interceptions. Dobbins Bennett, a 5-interception game, 3 pick sixes. First time I can remember that. Don't know that anybody else has given me any other information otherwise about that. 2 interception returns for touchdowns by Jonathan Gillespie. That's the first time in 15 years an Indian player has accomplished that. Last time that happened was against Science Hill. That was Austin Morrison in 2007. And so, the last Dobbins Bennett player to have 3 interceptions in the game was Stephen Moten, also against Science Hill back in 2004. So those are a look at your final numbers. We'll have our awards when we return. We're going to name our Chris Jenkins Insurance Group Offensive Player of the Game, our Tri-Citiesports.com and Freeman Production Defensive Player of the Game. We'll also have it our Appalachian Orthopedic Player of the Game, Player of the Game. I got it right the first time. After, on the other side of this 2-minute timeout, we're back in 2 minutes on ESPN Tri-Cities.
To start seeing clearly again, visit the Regional Eye Center, the region's only cataract
Todd, on your way back up.
We're the only place for clear sight cataract surgery, providing the highest level of care and technology in correcting cataracts. In fact, no one in the area does more procedures than we do. So don't let cataracts get any worse. Call the Regional Eye Center at 1-800-688-EYES and visit regionaleye.com to learn more about our life-changing procedures. It's time you got your vision back. and your life.
Whether you're looking for more pulling power or you simply want to blow the competition away, come to Jeff's Pipe and Muffler in Kingsport. Jeff's Pipe and Muffler specializes in custom exhaust systems, Flowmaster, Jewel exhaust, MagnaFlow exhaust, manifolds, oil changes and brakes, and automotive repair. To unleash your engine's beast, come to Jeff's Pipe and Muffler. No appointment needed. We can hear you coming. That's Jeff's Pipe and Muffler, 817 East Sullivan Street, Kingsport. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30.
You want the best for your pets. So when it comes to medical care, boarding, and grooming, there's only one choice that makes sense. And that's Valley View Animal Clinic with Dr. David Redwine. Whether you have a new puppy or kitten or a senior pet, Valley View Animal Clinic offers fast, friendly service in a calm, pet-friendly environment. Call now for an appointment at 276-386-6101. Valley View Animal Clinic. Complete animal health for all your four-legged family members on Wadlow Gap Road, just minutes from downtown Kingsport. Rolled Tribe.
When it comes to Italian food, nobody beats Italian Village in the Fort Henry Mall in Kingsport. It's all authentic, and they offer some really amazing and affordable house specialties like calzone, stromboli, and pizza rolls, along with several pasta dishes, subs, and sandwiches, salads, and of course, their famous pizzas. Italian Village is open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 9, and Sunday, noon to 6. Eat in, pick it up, or have it delivered. To order, call 247-7391. Italian Village, 247-7391.
Now back to Ingalls High School football on ESPN Tri-Cities.
All right, welcome back here to J. Fred Johnson Stadium. Todd Freeman has rejoined me here in the booth. Time now to name our post-game awards, Todd. We'll start with the Chris Jenkins Insurance Group Offensive Player of the Game. And you go back and, not a lot of guys with a lot of different opportunities. I mean, Simpson carried it twice for 66 yards. Franklin, 3 for 38, had a touchdown. Brooks only had 1 carry. Hayden Job, a nice night, 6 carries, 41, so the numbers there don't pop out to you. Carson was efficient, 6 out of 9 passing for 110 yards, but 4 of those went to wide receiver Dakari Dixon. And Dixon, been pressed into more service on the defensive side of the football. And so tonight he also gets a touchdown, by the way. 4 catches, 74 yards. Senior Dakari Dixon, our Chris Jenkins Insurance Group Offensive Player of the Game.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Dakari Dixon make the plays that he made because, Steve, there, for a stretch there in the first quarter, we were starting to wonder if we was going to have to give a defensive player the offensive player of the game. But Dixon came in and had some good catches, a great catch across the middle going across the 20, going into the end zone away from the football stadium. Played really well. Made the catches that was thrown to him. When you get opportunities and you catch the ball, the quarterback looks for you. And it was really good to see him because moving forward into the playoff era, you need to find that third receiver, and Dakari Dixon made a good statement tonight of why he could be that third option.
Our TriCitySports.com Freeman Productions Defensive Player of the Game. We had 3 pick sixes tonight. This is one of the 3. And that is linebacker Branson Carswell. We called his name a lot making tackles too, but that screen pass, you don't defend it any better. Coach Christian did a great job with your conversation, Todd, talking about exactly what his responsibilities were, how he carried them out. I like his term, marrying up the receiver. That's what he did, and got the pick 6 and returned it for a touchdown. So Branson Carswell, no stranger to this award, certainly warranted here tonight.
Well, yeah, and they had some success early running up the middle, and Branson Carswell kind of plug that hole as the middle linebacker. And, Steve, you talked about how Coach Christian was talking about in the postgame with me about that was his assignment. Well, great job by him, because how many screens at the college level and the high school level that we don't see that guy, he loses that assignment. And not just to make that interception, but to get that ball back in the end zone with the back-to-back kind of pick sixes. And what a great night for that young man as well.
And really, you think about the call, okay? Coach Christian talked about, hey, we were bringing pressure on that play. And normally when you're bringing pressure, a screen pass really is the call to have. You've seen some highlights from my favorite school down the road and some of the screen passes that they have run, especially to beat Notre Dame all those years ago, on a screen pass just like that. But Carswell sniffed it out and carried out, and really you don't see many screen passes intercepted play that well, especially when your team is coming with the blitz package.
Yeah, coming with the blitz package and having that success. And I thought, I guess what makes that pick 6 on that screen so well too is for William Blount, I thought it was the perfect time to make that call. They had some success going down the field. We kind of started bringing pressure. We kind of stopped the run, and I thought it was the right call. Just Dobbins Bennett's defense and Branson Carswell defended a great call, and we defended it better.
No question. Time now to name our Appalachian Orthopedic player of the game. We go back to those pick sixes, and Todd, you get 2 pick sixes in a game, actually 2 pick sixes in a quarter.
Yes.
Your first Indian player to do that in 15 years. Didn't catch a ball on the offensive side of the ball tonight, but the Indians only ran 31 plays, so there wasn't a whole lot of opportunity. Plus, they got up big, so you're not going to put the ball in the air. But Jonathan Gillespie collects that state championship ring before the game and comes out and rings up 2 pick sixes.
I think I just found your line.
Yeah, I think I did too. No, but don't forget it.
Text me late tonight if you need to. Jonathan Gillespie. And I think what you see out of him is there's some good leaders on this team. Gillespie is a leader by what he does. And those pick sixes, the first pick six was we got pressure on the quarterback. He throws it up. Gillespie makes a good play on it, but the run back was probably better than the pick itself, and got some great blocking down the field. I think we called Browder. Browder had a good block down there towards the goal line, and you just saw everybody kind of square up somebody, and he fought his blocks in and kind of became that offensive player. Yeah. Then on the second pick six down here on the band side, what we call, I like to see the replay of that again, because I really think he baited that quarterback into making that throw and played great leverage and did what you need as a cornerback. And Gillespie showed you why he is so important to this a football team and what an athlete he is. And I think, Steve, you're around him in basketball and football. We know what kind of great athlete he is, but I think he is in a whole, maybe in the conference, maybe in the air and everything else. I think he's underestimated just the athlete that he really is.
No question. So those are our award winners. Congratulations to those 3. Do want to get you up to speed on what's happening elsewhere in Region 1 6A football. Science Hill has defeated Jefferson County 21-7. So Dobbins Bennett and Science Hill sit at 4-0 in the standings. Jefferson County now at 2-2. So Dobbins Bennett and Science Hill will finish 1-2, determining who wins that game at Science Hill in 2 weeks. Westridge trailed Morristown East 39-17 just a few minutes ago. The Wolves have scored 2 touchdowns. They're back within 1 score with 5:36 to go, as Morristown East leads that one 39-31. If Westridge should win, Westridge will be in the playoffs. They would be 2-2. Jefferson County is at 2-2. Those teams also play in 2 weeks, so they would decide numbers 3 and 4 in that game. And now Morristown East, if they do not hang on and lose the game, they would be 0-4 along with William Blount and eliminated. Now, if Morristown East wins, they go to 1-3. Westridge goes to 1-3, and it would be Morristown East advancing should the Hurricanes win over William Blount in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Clear as day.
Clear as day. Clear as mud. Yeah, so, basically we're still down to the last minutes here to try to get some of this. But we are at a point, Steve, in the last few years is a little clearer going into that last week of what's standing. We've gone into that last week that this person won and this one loses, they're going to be a 1 seed. But if you lose and this person won, you might even drop out of the playoffs. And we've had those scenarios. But the main thing is our Dobbins Bennett Indians. They took care of business up to this point. Big rivalry game next week in Jeff County, and in Oak Ridge. And Oak Ridge, they've had an up and down season, and they want to come in here, and what Dobbins Bennett is, they would want to do anything better than to knock off Dobbins Bennett. And then in 2 weeks, you're going to be playing for a region title. So 2 big football games still left in regular season for our Indians.
Yep. So we don't need to get ahead of ourselves yet.
Do not.
You definitely want to get that win against Oak Ridge coming up. But Oak Ridge is one of those teams that's right on the borderline when you start talking about classifications coming up. They're right there on that threshold. Might end up as a 6A school beginning next year, but right now in Region 3, 5A are the Wildcats. So that'll do it on that front. Jordan Cross will have all the final scores for you here momentarily, and hopefully he'll be on long enough to get you that final score on that Morristown East West Ridge game.
Yeah, and hope our teammate, our partner in crime, Michael Holt, be back next week, because I can tell you right now, elevator or not, my days of getting down on the sidelines and back are far and few between. I need to get him back. But look, like I said, I'd like to get him back. And really, too, Steve, on live stream tonight for Dobbins Bennett and on the YouTube channel, appreciate them letting us be a part of that, of ESPN Tri-Cities, and really want to thank Spivey King and Spivey for being the title sponsor, the coach, really the sponsor for the live stream, and letting us be able to put this out on the air for you. And you look at what Wesley Franklin and them do with the live stream, and it's top notch, and it gets better week after week. But Spivey King and Spivey is a general practice law firm focusing on criminal defense and family law issues. The firm serves the Tri-Cities area in Kingsport, Johnson City, Bristol, and surrounding areas in Rogersville, Elizabeth, and Greenville, Irwin, Mountain City, and provides over 75 years of combined experience in matters dealing with criminal law, divorce, custody, business disputes, personal injury, workers' compensation, construction, civil litigation, and medical malpractice. Spivey Keegan Spivey LLP combines decades of trial experience in criminal and civil matters with energy, and I tell you what, these guys have been around long. Rick's been around a long time, and is such a supporter of Dobbins Bennett, and of course Matt, his son, and Matt King as well, a Dobbins Bennett graduate. And just, you know, if you need a lawyer, I mean, they support Dobbins Bennett. Go call them, not just because they support Dobbins Bennett, but do that, but just because it's the best law firm in the area. And you can call them at 423-245-4185 and schedule your appointment today and see if they can help you out if you've got some needs.
No question. Appreciate those folks very much. Appreciate everybody here at Dobbins Bennett for their support and allowing us to be part of that live stream as well. And, of course, our many sponsors at ESPN Tri-Cities as well. And we'll be back on the radio side of it next week for Oak Ridge, and then at Science Hill in a couple of weeks. And thankfully, we've got a home playoff game. We'll be back on the live stream first round. We've got
a live, a home game for playoffs. It'll be a big one, and we'll be on the live stream on that one, and just looking forward to it. I tell you what, Steve, also, 2 more games left. It's crazy how this season is moving along.
Yes, but it's been a fun year, and we've got much fun to go, so we look forward to it. By the way, Wednesday night at 6 o'clock, I'll be out at Golden Corral on Eastern Road in Kingsport. Folks, come by and have a bite to eat with us. We got a nice little place where everybody can go eat and come and join us, and that's our buddy there. And talk to Coach Christian about Dobbins Bennett football, talk about this game, get ready for Oak Ridge. That's at 6 o'clock. Golden Corral, Eastman Road in Kingsport. Next Friday night, 6 p.m. pregame show right here at Dobbins Bennett Oak Ridge. Todd will be back. And Mike, get better soon. We want you back on the sideline. Missed you tonight. And look forward to seeing you again next week.
And like I said, I know you were going to tell me you did nothing to do it, but congratulations on that.
Well, I thank you. It's taken a little bit to get used to be honest with you. But, yeah.
You got to show it. People want to see it.
I did.
Okay. You did. What was that? Okay.
Yep. I don't want to overdo it. So,
all right. Well, I know that, but I was in the elevator, so I didn't know what you was doing.
You've had a close look all night.
It ain't just it's for them, but it gives the fans also an opportunity to see what those young men deserved, and what a great season.
I'll do that again.
Yeah, there you go. And
that's
also,
close, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is awesome. And listen, another good basketball team also coming along this year as well.
All right, Todd, appreciate you very much. Until we meet again next Friday night, we will see you at Final Score, Dobbins Bennett 55, William Blount 7. This has been Dobbins Bennett in Football live on ESPN Tri-Cities and the YouTube channel. For Todd Freeman, Jordan Cross back at the studio, back us up. Great job. Thanks for listening. You've been listening to Dobbins Bennett Indian baseball and basketball and football here on ESPN Tri-Cities. Good night, everyone, and Roll Tribe.